Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, February 11th. I'm Tori here with Alan Lindsay. I just turned on my iPad and people are writing. I mean, it's just like scroll, scroll, scroll. So you guys are really wanting to talk. Please chime in during this segment because we all saw the dramatic new security video of the Capitol riot. They played it yesterday at the impeachment trial of former President Trump. It showed the rioters breaking into the Capitol and searching the building for lawmakers, some chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." Now, for the very first time, we're seeing Senator Mitt Romney, he's at the bottom of your screen, escaping down a hallway to avoid the mob. That officer running down the hallway is actually Officer Eugene Goodman, who directed Romney quickly to turn around to get away from the rioters. Just so you guys know, Mitt Romney never knew that footage. He'd never seen it before, so didn't know it was Goodman. The footage also shows Mike Pence right there being evacuated out of the Senate chamber with his wife and daughter. You can also see one of the agents exiting with the nuclear football. Democrats hope this footage and the complete record of what happened that day will convince Republican senators to vote to convict. But a lot of Republicans are asking, what does any of this new footage have to do with whether Trump actually incited the riot that day? I was riveted. I couldn't take my mind. I have never seen some of that footage, and I think it made a big impact. For me, the thing that was important was that they made the timeline. You connected the idea that Trump was like, let's go to the Capitol, we're going to the Capitol, let's move to the Capitol, all the way to them walking down Pennsylvania Avenue. You need to make that connection. Thoughts, Al?
You know, I think when we start talking about convicting somebody for what they said, words can always be taken out of context or put in any kind of context you want. For example, Lindsay, if you were going to testify against the mafia and somebody approached you and said, oh, you're going to testify against us? It'd be a shame if something happened to your beautiful boyfriend. You know what that means. But if in court, it just says, it would be a shame. No one wants to see something happen to Colin. You can take words and make them mean anything. So trying to indict him on his words, there's always going to be more than enough wiggle room. So I don't think we're going to see a conviction.
I think he doesn't have to be, it's not a crime that he has to be convicted of. It's not a real trial. It's a Senate trial. So it just has to be that he abused his power in dereliction of his duty, which is a lower standard.
It'll give enough wiggle room to the senators that need to let him go.
Okay.
I think we have to back up from the video. They're not just showing the video to say, hey, this is why we're going to say Trump is guilty of what we're trying to say he's guilty of. They're saying, look at this video and look what happens when partially a group that's mostly made up of people that support President Trump are there saying this election was rigged. So on this exact day was when everybody was doing their constitutional duty of counting electoral votes. That's why everybody was there. That's why the Capitol was rioted. And so these people were there with flags that said President Trump's name, with Confederate flags saying that they disagree with how this election went. And who was propelling the narrative that the election was rigged for months and months? And who was asking them to stop? People like Mitt Romney saying things like this could happen in the future if we don't stop telling people that a fair and free election was rigged.
The big lie.
Right. And so they're calling it a big lie. But if you look at what's going on, they're just showing you video of what happened after this lie was propelled because people said they were there because they wanted to stop this electoral vote.
That's interesting, as finding the root. I think they did a nice job of connecting the dots. I don't know if you can get 17 Republican senators to cross over, but we got comments from you guys. This is GT George from Twitter. Trump never told anyone to break into the Capitol and hang Mike Pence. How can he be held accountable for the actions of extremists? Remember, Charles Manson never killed anyone. He just told people to. Brady B, Twitter, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying words can incite violence and you can be charged in that way. Brady B from Twitter says politicians have been telling supporters to fight like hell for generations. Since when is that a crime? And Denny says the attack on the Capitol came under Trump's watch and would never have happened under any other president. I just think it's very important that also we make clear that when some of the rioters were there, they literally wore stand back and stand by merchandise on their clothing, which is something, of course, the former president had said to the Proud Boys. All right, let us know what you think. You're writing in like crazy, and we'll get more of your comments on the show. But let's move over to Tom Brady, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers celebrated their big Super Bowl win yesterday, and the GOAT was on a boat for a big parade in Tampa Bay. It definitely looked like Brady was enjoying himself, and at one point you can see him literally throw the Lombardi trophy across the water.
Oh my God.
Thankfully, I believe Gronk caught it, or another teammate caught it. You can hear his daughter, Vivi, yelling, "Dad, no."
That would have sunk immediately to the bottom.
That's, yeah, very scary. Video from later in the day shows Brady making his way back to
Weekend at Brady's.
Okay. Looking a little rough, but still standing with help from a friend. Sorry, Brady commented on the video, tweeting, "Nothing to see here, just a little avocado tequila." Too much? Okay.
When you did that as much as he's done, I think you can celebrate in this way. I mean, I think they'd make him another trophy if he would have dropped that thing in the water. He deserves a second trophy. It doesn't matter. But I also think, like, a lot of athletes that are at their top of their craft, like in Kobe Bryant or in Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, you don't see them drinking a lot. You might see them out celebrating with celebrities, but you never see them with a drink in their hand unless it's off-season.
They drink beer out of the Stanley Cup, but you're right. You never see that dynamic, and we really didn't see him drink there. What you can tell happened is, like, when they pulled up, they were like, he's banged up. And so that was 20 minutes of like them letting them try and get together, and they're like, we're just going to have to walk him out.
But I mean, imagine if you spent the whole season not drinking, or and maybe you do drink leisurely, and you spent the whole, and then this is your first time to celebrate where you're like, you know what, I'm going to eat whatever, I'm going to drink whatever. Like, that would be anybody who didn't drink for a couple of months.
Can I just say this? I think that there are three ways that you can get really drunk, and one is an open bar at a wedding. Okay. One is daytime music festival where you get dehydrated.
Dave Matthews!
The top of the pyramid, the only time that me and my friend basically missed the show was daytime boat drinking.
Boat drinking's hard.
Because it's hot and you're outside in the waves.
Boat drinking's hard.
It's really bad. He probably just had what he normally had, but it's like times 10.
Yeah, boat drinking is different. We'll fight you. All right, we've got some incredible video. Man still alive after his truck fell 70 feet off a highway exit in Wisconsin. This happened last Saturday in Milwaukee when the truck skidded off the interchange. Watch this. The driver is miraculously alive. Here's what he told GMA about the accident and the man who stopped to help him.
There was just too much snow on the side of the road that once the tires got into like 2 foot of snow, there's no controlling a vehicle of any kind. He held me in the back of bed of my truck and helped me call my mom just in case. I wasn't going to make it.
That poor man, his trauma, that must be so terrifying. Can you imagine?
No, but I mean, just having a motorist, Lindsay, I see you're getting teary-eyed. I mean, it does show you that there's so many good people out here in the world, you know, to just do that. And I'm sure that guy was putting himself in danger. You don't know if that car is going to explode or something. So, Lindsay, what are you feeling right now?
No, a lot of times when you see accidents on the road, you know, people wait for the police to stop, but to stop and actually put yourself in harm's way, like you said, my first thought would be, oh my God, this truck is going to explode, or call the police. But to go over there and help somebody and help them call their mom, you know, I know that he's probably just lucky to be alive, but he's also sitting there like, I had the opportunity to say goodbye just in case. That's just, you
know, in Judaism, it reminds me the best mitzvah or good deed you can do is to someone that can't repay you. So that's it's called like the highest of all mitzvahs. And so like the idea that that guy will never get repaid from him, like what a beautiful deed he did, because that was so important to him. Wow.
Great story.
Whew, whew. Coming up on DBL, we have a transgender powerlifter in the fight of her life after she was banned from competing against women, why her story might change your mind in the debate about trans athletes, and Morgan Wallen's new 5-minute apology video, why he's asking his fans not to defend him after using a racial slur. Stay tuned for that one.
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify, if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. But disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. Welcome back to DBL. Disgraced country star Morgan Wallen has released a 5-minute apology on Instagram. Earlier this month, Morgan came under fire after TMZ posted a video of him using a racial slur. He was suspended by his label, dropped by his agency, and country music stations pulled his songs. In the video, Morgan says he had time to reflect on his actions, which he said were the result of being on a 72-hour bender. Now he's 9 days sober. He said he's met with some black organizations to help him learn. Let's take a look.
And I know what I'm going through this week doesn't even compare to some of the trials I heard about from them. I came away from those discussions with a deep appreciation for them and a clearer understanding of the weight of my words. And lastly, I have one favor to ask. I appreciate those who still see something in me and have defended me. But for today, please don't. I was wrong. It's on me. Take ownership for this, and I fully accept any penalties I'm facing.
Morgan isn't alone. Armie Hammer dropped out of a movie and was canned by his agency over allegations about his sexual activity and drug use. And Shia LaBeouf was suspended by his agency after his ex accused him of being abusive. So the question is, when should Hollywood drop a star who has become too toxic? I just want to go to Al quickly because you recently, or it hasn't been that recent. How many days sober are you? You're almost a year in, right?
Or
you're a year plus.
Like 400 and something.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
Wow.
So how does it, like, what do you feel about the 72-hour bender? Is that a good enough excuse?
Yeah. As a black man, I get it. I do think that the reason he used that language is because it's language he normally uses.
Yeah.
I think that he is not averse to using that language or hearing that word or saying that word in anger or trying to be funny. But I think when you see a lot of the act out behavior, no matter how it manifests itself physically, with racial slurs, with the misogynistic things, the alcohol is a disinhibitor. And so that kind of reveals who your true character is. It's right. It just dissolves all this fake stuff. And so I hope that when that got dissolved and he saw who he really was, he's going to change, because he dealt with a penalty. I didn't realize how famous he was. I looked at his last song.
Brooks,
he had 102 million views on his last song and like 120 million. He was about to be famous, so he did take some penalties, and so did his record label for dropping him, because he was a cash cow.
That double album was making so much money. Linz, what did you think about all of these? Do they ever get to come back?
Well, I remember Al said last week that it's about the money. Like, so I don't think that, and I thought about that, like, man, people are not doing charity over here, like dropping people because they believe saying the N-word is so offensive to them and anybody that they know. They're dropping people because they're going to lose money. And I think for him to say, for his fans not to defend him, because I saw a lot of these tweets and I was disgusted of people that were standing up for him. You can still like him as a person, but you have to acknowledge that what he did was wrong, and anybody else who's abusive or doing anything like that. I just also don't like that he blamed it on a bender. Just say I was wrong, because it sounded how leisurely he said the word, that he said it often, and I think you just need to acknowledge that by itself. And I do appreciate if you're being honest about being on a bender, but just separate the two.
I feel
and
you.
Say you're sorry.
It felt like an excuse in a way to you. I feel you. Let us know what you guys think. We'll be right back.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back. Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk up the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo. I'm in control.
Welcome back to DBL. 2 years ago, J.C. Cooper was told she could not compete in USA powerlifting events because she is a transgender woman. Well, now she's taking matters into her own hands and is suing the organization. Earlier, Sam spoke with J.C. about why she feels she deserves the right to compete. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
JC, welcome to DBL. So first and foremost, I so appreciate you being here and just sharing your side of the story, because trans athletes and their eligibility has been a very polarizing topic lately. We've been discussing it on this show. So let's dive right in. Okay, so why do you feel, JC, that you should be able to compete in women's powerlifting competitions?
I feel like I should be able to compete because I'm a woman, and, you know, offering a women's category means categorically that I should be included. So prior to them instituting that ban, I had to submit multiple years worth of testosterone levels, so medical records. I also have to declare my gender for sporting purposes, and that cannot be changed for 4 years. There are an extensive amount of regulations that you have to go through in order to even show up on the platform or at the starting line.
Back in 2019, you were told that you would be banned from competing at the state level and national levels through the USA Powerlifting, okay? Because you are a transgender woman. Now, here's the caveat, and this is where I want all the viewers to hear, and I want you to speak on this. So that is in exact contrast to the requirements set forth that you have been eligible for by the International Olympic Committee and International Powerlifting. But then right here in the United States, they're saying that you're banned. I can't wrap my head around that. How does that make you feel?
I was gutted, and really I was confused as well. I thought that there might have been a mistake. And so I tried to get more clarification and was like, where is this information coming from? You know, here's what the International Powerlifting Federation says, and here's what the IOC says. So where's the disconnect? And it was reaffirmed, you know, because I am a trans woman, I simply cannot compete because they felt like I had a competitive advantage.
So what do you say to people who feel that trans women who have met all those requirements still have an unfair advantage? Now's your chance, JC. Tell them, please.
First off, trans women are women. We are not men. Right. And that, I mean, that is like the very minimum like portion that you have to get to in order to even understand like my point of view. Trans women are women, and that is that. You know, sports are about having a shared dream, a pursuit of doing your absolute best and going as far as you can. Erasing a person's dream is a violation of that person's rights.
So the USA Powerlifting says that it disputes the allegation, since you just brought up human rights. I want you to have the opportunity to respond again. What would you say to that?
In the Minnesota Human Rights Act, it's been shown that you can't discriminate based on someone's gender identity, and that is very clearly the case here.
What kind of response have you received from other women in the sport or other athletes? Have they reached out to you? What are they doing to help support you?
I've had an outpouring of support. My team was very supportive. In fact, my team and another gym here locally got together and decided that they were going to express a show of solidarity on the platform at one of the competitions that I was banned from. And the way that they did that was they went onto the platform, and instead of taking their lifts, they stood there in silence to express their solidarity for trans athletes that were experiencing some of the things that we've been experiencing.
Wow. So JC, appreciate you. And to our viewers out there, if you would like to learn more about her case, you can visit genderjustice.us. Thank you, JC. We'll be right back.
Thank you for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals.
Yes.
Thanks for that falsetto. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com. What do you have for us today, Steph?
Hey Tori, I'm here with some great products and deals that you're gonna love. So first up, we've got the perfect item for everyone staying in at home. It's the Tahari lightweight knee-length cable pattern robe.
Ooh.
So you can wrap yourself in luxurious comfort with this ultra comfy robe for women. And it's got a tie belt closure and stylish cable pattern. So it's available in ivory or this gorgeous pink, my favorite. Okay, Tori, normally it's as much as $58, but we've got it for $24, up to 59%. Okay, next up, Tori, I've got something that's an absolute must for people who love a fresh smelling home. It's the Sierra Modern Home Wi-Fi enabled diffuser with 3 essential oils. So you can use it like a normal diffuser or download the companion app to control features from your smartphone. And normally all of this is $189, but we've got it for $39, saving up to 79%. If you're like me and you love a cup of coffee in the morning, well, this 2-pack Stojo 16-ounce collapsible travel cup with a straw is great for people on the go. Dishwashers safe, so you can enjoy your favorite hot or cold beverage anywhere, anytime. And when you finish, you can just collapse the cup. Normally it's as much as $40, but now we've got 2 for $20, saving 50%. Last, we've got something that will help you cleanse your face in the comfort of your very own home. It's the Spa Life Extracting Pore Cleanser and 6-piece mask set. I love it. This device does all the dirty work for you by drawing built-up impurities from within the skin, and it comes with 4 interchangeable suction heads to choose from for the precise extraction. So normally these are as much as $76, but we've got the whole thing for $19, to 75%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at seriously the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. So I don't know if you guys know this, but like 10 years ago, I invented the collapsible cup because I was like, wouldn't that be great if you're done with your water, you collapse the bottle?
I think people have been doing that with their beer cans forever.
Well, okay, but I didn't do anything with it. Then someone created it and now it's doing very well.
You invented this. How can you just proclaim this? You know that you're the first?
Yeah.
With Lindsay, with no proof.
I was really believing you. I was believing you.
I got the idea for it. All right, we're new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. It was me.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Shocking new video from the Capitol riot. Does the footage prove Trump incited the extremist behavior, or did they act on their own? Tom Brady looking 3 sheets to the wind during a rowdy Super Bowl celebration. From tipsy tweeting to tossing the Lombardi trophy. And in just a few minutes, Marie Osmond will be on our panel. She's got a lot to say, live on DBL Today.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, February 11th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. All right, let's get right to it. I already see you guys all writing in. Most of you saw that dramatic new security video of the Capitol riot. They played it yesterday at the impeachment trial of former President Trump. It showed the rioters breaking into the Capitol and searching the building for lawmakers, some of them chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." For the first time, we are seeing Senator Mitt Romney, you see here, escaping down a hallway to avoid the mob. That officer running down the hallway is actually Officer Eugene Goodman, who directed Romney to turn around to get away from the rioters. The footage also shows Mike Pence being evacuated out of the Senate chamber with his wife and daughter. You can also see one of the agents exiting with what appears to be the nuclear football. Democrats hope this footage and the complete record of what happened that day will convince Republican senators to vote to convict. But a lot of Republicans are asking, what does any of this new footage have to do with whether Trump actually incited the riot that day? What would you say, Al?
I mean, we kind of saw this in 2016. Don't forget when he was running against Hillary. Now, obviously, he won, but he said, if I lose, this is rigged. He's been pushing this plot line forever. If I lose, this is rigged. And if you are as passionate about him as his supporters are, Jeff and Erica, and you've been hearing that for years now, what are you going to do if they try and take your election? What are you going to do if they take your country? And we see that these people didn't think that they, and I'm not making excuses, that they're vandals or murderers. They feel like the patriotic music is playing behind them, that they're going to be in the history books for what they're doing, Jeff. They feel like patriots.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unfortunately, I do, but they're extremists, right? I think that's what Republicans would say. If you're a Trump person, you're going to say these guys are extremists. There were people outside that weren't rioting, right? They weren't in there. They were. So if you spin this narrative and you show the people outside being peaceful and then ask the same question, should Trump be, what's the word?
Impeached.
Impeached, yes. Then, I mean,
how did you forget that word? It's in our face for years.
Two different narratives. But I don't think they're going to get the Republican votes, is basically my answer.
What do you think, Erica?
I think we're going to be surprised by how many Republican votes will be in favor of impeachment. I don't think it's going to be overly like the majority, but I think a lot of people had a very rude awakening that day, and when their safety was in jeopardy, their lives were in jeopardy, I think it became very clear that it was a difference between a party and a person. At the end of the day, I'm just wondering what types of gifts Officer Goodman got, because what do you give to someone who just literally saved your life?
Right. I'm getting comments.
How about an award? I'd like to see an award named after the officer.
Eugene Goodman. Absolutely.
Goodman, yes.
Steve says if they blame Trump for this, then who gets the blame for all the riots that have and are happening? Morgan Wallace says a 72-hour bender. Yeah, he needs to. Oh, that's sorry.
Yes, that's
a different.
I was like, that's ironic.
That's a different one. We'll get to that later in the show. That was a tease. Okay, so Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers celebrated their big Super Bowl win yesterday, and the GOAT was on a boat for a big parade in Tampa Bay, and it definitely looked like Brady was enjoying himself. At one point, you can see him throw the Lombardi trophy across the water.
Oh my
wow.
God. Every time I see it.
I can't.
But it was Brady. You knew it was going to get completed.
Still, thankfully, another teammate did catch it. You can hear his daughter, Vivi, yelling, "Dad, no!" Video from later in the day shows Brady making his way back to land, looking a little rough, but still standing with a little help from a friend. Brady commented on the video, tweeting, "Nothing to see here, just a little avocado tequila." Okay. Wow.
Dude, he got a TUI. You never tweet under influence. You never do that.
Yeah.
That's rule number one.
Did you really just say a TUI?
Well, usually
like
it's texting. It's a TUI.
Texting is more.
Texting is the one I live by, but tweeting.
Jeff and Erica,
too.
I have the 3 levels of drunk that I figured out.
Oh, I can't wait.
Number 3 is daytime music festival drunk where you get dehydrated.
Yes.
2 is open bar wedding drunk. And number 1 is open bar on a boat.
Ooh.
Because daytime
That's a good one.
sun and the rocking of the boat, no man or woman.
Swim up bar isn't on that list?
No, because you can kind of go. You're usually your room is closed and you're not moving. The rocking of the boat.
Have you ever seen someone get out of the pool after being at a swim up bar?
No.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go to them.
Yeah, they don't get out of the pool.
For hours. You wonder how that works.
Exactly.
Same with water parks. Everybody jumped on me when I said I don't want to get in a public bath.
What? There's chlorine to kill
It's
that
gross.
off.
I'm not.
There's chlorine.
Please
to end this,
it's a public bath.
There isn't enough chlorine in the world to combat
Thank you,
that.
Erica Cobb.
I know you don't drink anymore, Alan. I'm very proud of you, but you know that you've gone to some swim-up bars. Let's not pretend you haven't.
I'm not a swim-up bar. I like a sad old dive bar. I do. Where somebody just reading the paper.
I don't buy it at all. Coming up next for the first time on DBL, we have Marie Osmond.
Yes.
You guys live here from her relationship with Donnie today to the ups and downs of weight loss. Marie is opening up and talking all about it here on DBL. Later, just in time for Valentine's Day, sex therapist, look who it is, Dr. Tiff Henry, with tips to keep things spicy after 50, and Morgan Wallen's 5-minute apology video. See, I foreshadowed this for you all. Why he's asking his biggest fans not to defend him after using a racial slur.
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify: if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. But disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
Hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay.
Like, it is such a joke.
I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. welcome back to DBL. It is a very special day here because joining us live is a showbiz legend. She's a singer, actress, philanthropist, and so much more. Please welcome Marie Osmond to DBL. There she is.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, Marie. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm a huge fan. We're all huge fans. Before we get started, I just had to jump right in and ask, what have you and your family been up to this past crazy year? What have you guys been doing?
Well, are you speaking family like the one I came from or the one I have? Because they're both kind of crazy.
You're right. I'm going to say the one you have right now. The one you have right now.
Well, you know, the pandemic shut everything down, but I think it's been a really wonderful time to sit and think about the things that are really important in life and what really truly matters. I have been able to work at home. I've been able to record. I'm working on an album right now. Getting ready to do a big symphonic tour, but mostly spending time with my grandkids, which has just been a piece of heaven for me.
Grandkid. It's my turn to talk. I was like, grandkid. I didn't know if you misspoke. So, yeah, I mean, you are glowing. You look wonderful.
Al, right?
I am.
Are you Al?
Yes.
You're so cute, Al.
He's your favorite, huh?
Thank you so much.
And Sam, I just want to say I feel your pain being outnumbered.
Oh, honey. Yes, you do.
She
Let me
handles
tell
that
you.
boy just fine.
Yeah, I learned from you. I take a page from your book, so therefore.
And Jeff, I like you too, so there.
You are a true professional.
Yes,
I don't really like you, but Jeff, there you go.
Now, Marie, I'm really excited to ask you this question because I actually have a buddy of mine, Frank Kelly, and obviously we're both stand-ups, and he did a Vegas residency, and he loved it. And I know you did the same with your brother, Donnie. So speaking of him, you guys did the residency until 2019, I believe, and you wrapped that up then. Be honest with this. Are you excited that you're kind of taking a break from your big bro, or do you wish you could keep it going? Because everybody loves
Well,
us.
hey, you know what? That's a really good question. Would you want to work with your sibling every day? So,
no.
So we were supposed to be there for 6 weeks, and it ended up being 11 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And they said by the time we left there that we ended up doing more shows than Celine and Elvis combined.
Wow.
So it was a full-on residency. It wasn't like come and go. We were there, 5 nights a week, all the time, and it was wonderful. It was really a great stay-at-home job, but but we were going to go to 10 years, and then we decided. I don't know if you saw Spinal Tap, but we decided to go to 11 because it's one more.
Wow! I want you to come back to Vegas.
I feel like we're going to see you do one more year.
I hope
reunion.
so.
Just one more, maybe in a couple years. Let the excitement, anticipation build.
I'm there.
We're putting it in the universe.
We are there. And
I have to tell you, it's nice to be able to have the freedom. I'm getting ready. I'm doing a huge symphonic show. When you have like 60 some odd pieces behind you live, and that's what I kind of want to do. My music, I can sing opera, I can sing legit soprano, the Great American Songbook. Besides country, I am a little bit country, and but we're gonna be touring, and you can't do those things when you're locked down on a residency. So it's something that I'm looking forward to do.
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. And also 2020, despite all the chaos, right, with the pandemic, it was a big year for you. Of course, not only everything that you just named, you have all these projects, but also you stepping down from the talk. For you, what was it like just being able to let your hair down, let all of your fans see this different side of you and learn about you and your opinions? Was that difficult for you to do on a daily basis, or was it refreshing and cathartic?
You know what? I enjoyed it. With everything, there's a time to step away. I don't know that it was so much opinions. Look, I don't get into politics. I think you alienate half your audience, as my friend Dolly says. But, it just a little different format. And I just, it was time to move on. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I've always been, Sam, very honest with my audience. And I've tried to be very open and forthright. But it's hard to get into something serious when you have literally 30 seconds to talk about it.
Isn't that the truth? Sometimes you feel
and
trapped. We do know.
I definitely know.
But you brought up your transparency, and I just have to thank you from a mother that went through postpartum depression. It was your transparency that really did save so many women's lives after you, and I just want to personally thank you for that. You're incredible. Your transparency saves lives.
No, you know what? I think that I didn't have a sister. I think we all go through this thing called life. And God doesn't care who we are. He cares what we are and how we give back. And so, it's one of those things that nobody was writing about it. And my mother literally saved my life by telling me she had it. And I thought, why are we keeping this such a big secret? If women are going through this, we need to talk about it. So you're sweet.
That's why we love you. We really do. And guess what, Marie? We're not done with you yet.
She actually loves me.
Oh, dear.
No, she loves me more.
She said it on TV. We have to play the tape back. Play the tape back.
We have
That sounds like I'm at home.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be a part of this dysfunctional family.
No, she loves me more.
We have so much more to talk to you about coming up after the break, including being the longtime spokesperson for Nutrisystem, how that partnership has changed your life and helped so many others along the way. Plus, we have a little surprise for you, okay? Don't go away. More with Marie after the break.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should. This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
Welcome back to DBL. I hope you stuck around because the one and only Marie Osmond did too. Marie, thank you for joining us. And despite all of our dysfunctional family vibes over here, I'm glad that you stuck around.
Hey, all I know is that after these intros, I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, you should.
Well, we're not done with you yet. You have many, well, you have many feathers in your cap, a lot of accomplishments in your career, well-deserved, but you're also famous for being the Nutrisystem spokeswoman. Do you ever feel any sort of pressure to keep up appearances as the face of Nutrisystem? I mean, you are inspiring so many people to live their best lives. Is that pressure on you?
You know, a lot of people said, how long have you been doing this? It's 14 years now.
Wow.
And people say, why do you keep doing it? And I said, because, you know, I'm one of the founders of Children's Miracle Network, which is the big, we help kids. We help about 11 million children every year, and we've raised about $7 billion for kids. All 100% of it goes to the kids. Very unique. I love helping people, and to me, Nutrisystem changed my life. And it's not a diet. I was just talking to my cousin about it this morning, how it's eating 6 times a day, and it retrains your brain to think, oh no, she's not starving me to death, which was totally, the modus operandum growing up. But it's literally helped millions and millions and millions of people become healthy over this last 14 years. And so I like being a part of those things,
Yeah, clearly. And you mentioned your unbelievable work with children. And to your point, you've inspired so many, but one of the most amazing things you've done is helped millions of sick children get the health care that they need by co-funding exactly what you just mentioned, the Children's Miracle Network. Since 1983, I want all of our viewers to know this, you have touched the lives of more than 10 million children and their families. Plus, you have raised
that's yearly.
Wow. That's yearly. Thank you for that correction. That is yearly to our viewers, and raised more than $5 billion. So, Marie, we have wow, 7. Look at her with her producer.
Not to correct you, but
her producer cap on too. So we have a little surprise for you, Marie, with some old friends who wanted to say thank you.
Oh.
Hey, it's me, Isaiah. I just want you to know how much you impact my life and the lives of 10 million kids at Children's Miracles Network hospitals.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support for helping kids like me.
I first met Marie back in 1996, soon after I had lost my left leg to bone cancer as a child.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for co-founding CMN and for helping 10 million kids like me get the proper health care that they need.
I want to personally thank you for being my friend, cheering me on in good times and bad times.
Marie has touched both of our lives in so many ways. She has such a big heart.
I adored you and your personality and your presence, and you were just so sweet and kind. So, you know what? Thank you so much.
And we are eternally grateful for all your continued love and support.
Thanks, Marie. We love you.
Thank you for believing in us and helping keep patients like myself alive to reach our dreams.
Oh my God, Marie.
So I know them all. The couple, I knew him when he was a little guy, and he had his leg amputated from cancer. And you know, I told him, I said, we all go through terrible things in life, but it's not what we win at. It's how we lose and how we get ourselves back up. And we just had, over the years, we've had wonderful conversations. Well, he ended up being in the Olympics, Paralympian. Wow. And the woman who married him worked at one of our children's hospitals.
Wow.
And so, you know, I've seen over 38 years now, I've watched these kids. Isaiah, who was born without a chin, goes through different things. He just lost one of his dear friends, and I called him, and he can't talk like we do, but he said, you know, God made me this way, and I'm here to inspire others to keep moving forward. These kids, they inspire me. This isn't about me helping them. They help others. They're all of them, from singing, they're all amazing. Anyway, I love them.
I'm just absolutely, I mean, I see Jeff tearing up. We're all tearing up over here.
That's why I'm not talking, because
The $7 billion is an amazing accomplishment. I mean, $7 billion, but to just put those few faces to what you've did is priceless, right? So you are a megastar on this planet, but more than all that showbiz stuff, Marie, you're a great person. And to me, that's such an accomplishment. So hats off to you.
You're so sweet. I had a mother who, I remember when I was doing the Donnie Marie show and had like 250 pages of script to memorize in 2.5 days. No, about 350 in 2.5 days. And we did a double tape week, which meant 700 in 2 days. And I came home late, and we had costume fittings and all the ice skating routines and everything else. Anyway, I got there and I said, Mom, I'm going to bed. We're taping in the morning. I need to look good. And she goes, you haven't done your chores. And I said, hello, I'm Marie Osmond. And she said, no, that's your job. This is reality. You do your chores. You remember that job can go away, but the life doesn't. This is life reality, and you need to help other people and give back. And I believe that's the greatest way to build self-esteem, is to serve others.
You are so humble as well, Marie Osmond. It has been yes, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
Before we let you go, quickly tell us about your very special projects that are in the works.
Well, I just mentioned them briefly. There's a lot of things. I actually have some movies that I'm working on right now. I'm actually producing one of them. It's something I've always wanted to do. When I went back to New York after Donnie and Marie, the first Variety, wanted to act. So I'm moving into that, the album, of course. But I know you're running out of time, so just follow me on my social media.
She's still got that producer hat on. We look forward to seeing all of your new cutoffs. All of your new projects. Thank you again, and we We will be right back. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
This is a Smile Direct.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
Like, it is such a joke. No, hold on. I was shocked.
I don't know what you're saying. Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
You can find a great movie. I always tell the missus, let's do a little Netflixing and chilling, Hulu and chilling. We're doing a one-sheet wonder. Now, the cool thing with those one-sheet pan wonders, you cook everything all on one pan, covered in foil just like I did, and guess what? Less mess, because you know, hey, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and you don't want to be bogged down in the kitchen anyway.
Time. Here's what's coming up on DBL. Sex and relationship therapist Dr. Tiff Henry. She joins the panel live. You do not want to miss her relationship tips.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica's joining us from home. Okay, so disgraced country star Morgan Wallen, I teased you about this story earlier in the show, has released a 5-minute apology on Instagram. Earlier this month, Morgan came under fire after TMZ posted a video of him using a racial slur. He was suspended by his label, dropped by his agency, and country music stations pulled his songs. Now, in the video, Morgan says he's had time to reflect on his actions, which he said were the result of being on a 72-hour bender. Now, 9 days sober, he said he's met with some black organizations to help him learn. Watch.
And I know what I'm going through this week doesn't even compare to some of the trials I heard about from them. I came away from those discussions with a deep appreciation for them and a clearer understanding of the weight of my words. And lastly, I have one favor to ask. I appreciate those who still see something in me and have defended me. But for today, please don't. I was wrong. It's on me. Take ownership for this, and I fully accept any penalties I'm facing.
So Morgan isn't alone. Armie Hammer was dropped out of a movie and was canned by his agency over allegations about his sexual activity and drug use. Shia LaBeouf was suspended by his agency after his ex-girlfriend accused him of being abusive. So the question is, we got to hear from you, DBL Nation. When should Hollywood drop a star who's become too toxic? What did you make of Morgan Wallace's second apology, so to speak?
I thought it was as authentic as it could be. He seems like a young guy. When I hear guys saying stuff like that, and I'm not giving him a pass, trust me, my first thought is like, who are you repeating? Which uncle did you grow up hearing say that and hearing you say those words? Now, he knew that they were wrong. And unlike Shia LaBeouf, whose career is kind of on the downturn, I did not notice when we first covered the story how famous he was. His last song had 102 million views on it. He was a famous young guy. And for his record label to drop him and for him to suffer what he suffered, which he deserved to suffer, I hope that this was a wake-up call for him. And I always want to say, even when it's somebody using a slur against me, I want to give somebody an entrance path back to society, because I feel like that's where they're least dangerous and can actually become an advocate. Whether it happens or not, we'll never know.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. This is a long conversation that we need to figure out. The answer we don't know yet. How long does he have to not be in the business that he's in right now? How long till another agency picks him up? I know he's temporarily suspended from his, but if they drop him, what's his road back, Al? If everyone in today's society is like, we need to cancel them, well, he's 26, 27, I don't know, 27 years old. Where's his way back? If he can't make it in Hollywood, if he goes to UPS, is UPS now under fire because they hired this guy who needed a job but used a slur word? How long are they supposed to stay in purgatory? And is it better that someone learned from this? I've learned everything from my failures in life, right? So I think this is a perfect opportunity. Like you said, he's not around people like this. If he's using that word and no one's correcting him, he needs correcting. And this is his chance to correct it. Should there be a penalty? Absolutely. Whether it be a year or whatever, but is there a road? And maybe this is where Erica could take over.
Our comeback
is there
queen,
a road back
right,
for redemption, Erica? Is there a comeback for him in the future, not now?
I don't know. I think the answer is where is it okay to cancel someone? It used to be if that person was a cash cow, if the money made you look the other direction, that industries and companies would continue to support this person. Now people are looking at the overall liability because people who are rightfully offended and feel like this was a direct violation of their rights and demeaned and oppressed them, are utilizing this thing called the dollar. And money talks. And if you are associated, any company, with someone who outright uses racial slurs, then people can go on social media and talk about it and also decide not to support you. So until people either lose energy or there comes a full circle moment where he's redeemed himself in a way that people feel like they can support him, then there may not be a comeback in this arena. But also consider all the people who are equally, if not more talented, equally, if not more deserving of an opportunity who haven't had one. So I think when you are given an opportunity like this, you have to look at it for what it is, a privilege.
It is a privilege, that's for sure. We are learning more about how the new Sex and the City reboot will handle Samantha's absence. So as we know, Kim Cattrall is not returning after her very public falling out with star Sarah Jessica Parker. Now an executive at HBO says art will imitate life in a way. She said the group is just no longer friends with her. She added, just as in real life, people come and people leave. The friends you have in your 30s, you may not have in your 50s. That's real. That's
love
so
this.
real.
This is one of the most real television storylines that I've ever seen. No one has ever really talked about this. Some people you just don't talk to anymore. You don't have beef with them. You don't wish them ill will. You didn't fall out. You didn't have an incident. They didn't hit on your wife. You just don't talk to them anymore.
Right.
You hope they're great.
You evolve. You grow.
And rather than them making up some plot line like she's in a submarine and she's good, like, stop. Just don't talk to each other. I love this.
It's true. I mean, you should learn from your past, right? Who you are in high school. You shouldn't be in your 20s or 30s. I don't know. At least for me, I can only speak for myself. I've grown so much since I was, you know, in high school, in college, in my 20s, in my 30s. I'm a different person, right? And I think that's okay, and I don't think society thinks that's okay. Your friends from high school don't think that's okay, but this is a great storyline that everyone can relate to.
Erica, you're laughing.
I think it's a little different for women. Women are very much vilified if you're the outcast of a group, even if it was your decision.
That's a good point.
Really? What is, explain really quickly, I'm sorry.
Well, if you have a group of 4 women and you guys have all been friends for this long and none of them speak to you anymore, perhaps their lives have continued on this journey and trajectory together where your life is just on a different journey and it's a different trajectory, and then that becomes you become vilified for it. So I don't think that this conversation is just going to be, oh, she doesn't hang out with us anymore. I think there's going to be like underlying things to it.
Ooh, we will have to wait and see. And by the way, are you wearing 2 watches right now?
I am.
He's wearing a watch on
I got to get my calories from my Apple Watch.
Oh, okay.
And then I got the Lexi.
All right.
Yeah.
Coming up after the break, sex and relationship therapist Dr. Tiff Henry. There she is. She's got advice for all you lovebirds trying to put the romance back into your relationship. Do not go away.
It's Black History Month, and DBL is recognizing Black leaders who are making history right now. We salute retired United States Army 4-star General Lloyd Austin, who recently became the first Black United States Secretary of Defense. He's also the first Black general to command an Army division in combat and served as the commanding general of U.S. forces in Iraq. Closed captioning.
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify: if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. But disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay.
Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying.
DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
Tomorrow on DBL, inside the secret life of a Hollywood sex addict, one actress's emotional journey of redemption.
Sex and love addiction is the deadliest disease.
And Chef Jernard is back with a Valentine's Day recipe sure to satisfy your sweetie.
Hey, can I cook you dinner? I didn't have much money, but my pickup line was I knew how to cook.
I think that might work on me.
We hope you save room for dessert. That's tomorrow on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. When it comes to love, not all relationships are created equal, especially in the later years. Joining us is a dear friend, Dr. Tiffany Henry, sex and relationship expert, to shed some light on what to know about love over the age of 50. Dr. Tiff, so good to see you.
Hey. Good to see you all, too. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we want to learn from you. So here's the thing, because we've gotten a lot of our viewers writing in, okay? And hopefully they can learn something from you, feel motivated by you. Let's say, Dr. Tiff, that you are divorced. Kids are out of the house and you're starting over. Where does somebody start?
Well, I think that dating apps are a pretty good idea. I don't think that they're a bad idea, but for folks that are a little bit older, over 50, dating has changed so much since maybe they were last single. So dating apps for a lot of folks are very new, but there are some really interesting ones out there. Now, we know about the Tried, the Trusted, the True, the eHarmonies, the Match, the OkCupid, but there are some really cool ones out there that are really targeting folks that are over 50. So things like Single Parent Meet, so someone who is a single parent out there looking to mingle. I think that's really cool because there is something to be said about the struggle of single parenthood that folks that aren't single parents just don't understand. So Coffee Meets Bagel is another one, and they take a lot of the overwhelm out of online dating. They curate a list for you and really help you with like icebreakers and things like that to make dating a lot more simplified. And then, of course, Bumble. I really like apps where they allow the women to choose and to contact and connect as opposed to the other way around. So,
all right, Dr. Tiff. Can I call you Dr. Tiff? I feel like I friend jumped our relationship a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're talking about some heavy stuff, so let's go.
I appreciate it. We'll keep it casual. Dr. Tiff, what is something that you could do on your profile to stand out? Because everyone wants to stand out a little bit. But more importantly, I think, what should you avoid?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, that is a great question. So you really want to paint a picture of a layered, intriguing person, someone that you yourself would want to meet. And so rather than just listing your likes and dislikes, right, that's old news. Nobody wants to hear that. Tell me about what you're passionate about. Tell me what brings you joy, what fulfills your life. So I want to be with someone and connect with someone who is motivated, who is intriguing, and who is into a lot of different things, and not just telling me, well, I like this and I don't like that. And I hope, we need to really pull back the layers of every human being and just start to say, okay, what would make someone really want to sit next to you on the couch and Netflix and chill? The other thing is really not to lie. Don't lie. Don't stretch the truth. Do not lie. Whatever you say in your profile, you actually have to remember. And the thing that is easiest to remember is the truth. Right. So make sure that you're not lying. And then as soon as possible, try not to spend too much time on the app. Once you're comfortable, move off the app. The best way to connect with people is to have an actual conversation. And so the sooner that we can move off the app and actually talk to each other, the sooner you can get to know them better.
That makes a lot of sense. And I've heard this too, Doc. Before I get to my question, I want to ask you, what do you think about this? They say let your most trusted friend of the opposite sex pick your pictures for you to put on your profile.
For sure. And not only pick your pictures, but read your profile.
Yes.
Because they will read your profile and they will read you if you are not being accurate, concise, and to the point. So definitely let them pick your pictures, but also let them go over with a fine-tooth comb that profile to make sure it's attracting what you want.
Definitely. All right. Now I get to my question. That was perfect. All right. Dr. Tiff. I'm calling you Tiff. Jeff called you Dr. Tiff.
Okay, do it.
All right. Let's be real. Just because you're past your 30s doesn't mean you're not getting frisky, Netflix and chilling. Let's be real.
30s?
Yeah, I know, right? So what should we know about getting intimate over 50?
Well, not a lot is different, but then there are some things that are very different. So you still want to know about someone's sexual preferences and their partners and things like that. But you also still want to know about risk of sexually transmitted infections. I mean, a lot of times when folks get older, it's interesting. The research shows us that like condom use decreases, and it decreases because people think, I'm not getting pregnant at this age, or I'm, my sensitivity issues, we'll say that, right, have changed, right? So, but they're not thinking about risk of sexually transmitted infection. And as you age, these individuals become a higher risk group for sexually transmitted infection. So that's something else to think about. Aches and pains, positioning, all those things, all the things that we need to talk about during the daytime but can't.
I wish
Those
we
are the
could.
things
We need to have an evening show with Dr. Tiff. Maybe we can somehow put that in the works.
We do.
Does
It's
that
called our
sound good?
access show.
Let's do it,
It's our
Sam.
access show.
Well, I want something with Dr. Tiff is what I'm saying. I can't with him. Tiffany, just Al can be excused. Let me just say
Me
that.
and you, Sam, me and you. We got it. You got this, girl.
Of course we do. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. There's clearly a lot to look forward to. DBL Nation, make sure to follow Dr. Tiff on Instagram for more expert love and relationship advice. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk up the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control, 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 control.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals.
Yes.
Earlier, Steph showed Tori some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by morningsave.com.
What do you have for us today, Steph?
Hey Tori, I'm here with some great products and deals that you're gonna love. So first up, we've got the perfect item for everyone staying in at home. It's the Tahari lightweight knee-length cable pattern robe.
Ooh.
So you can wrap yourself in luxurious comfort with this ultra comfy robe for women. So whether you just stepped out of the shower, you woke up in the morning, or you just want to stay snug and warm while you're lounging around at home, this soft robe is perfect, styled with a classic knee length, and it's got a tie belt closure and stylish cable pattern. So it's available in ivory or this gorgeous pink, my favorite. Okay, Tori, normally it's as much as $58, but we've got it for $24, up to 59%.
If I learned anything during this pandemic, it's how much I love a robe.
Oh my goodness.
I'm obsessed. You're lazy, but you look stylish. I'm in.
And it feels so soft.
Ooh, I
it's
love
lovely.
that.
Okay, next up, Tori, I've got something that's an absolute must for people who love a fresh smelling home. It's the Sierra Modern Home Wi-Fi enabled diffuser with 3 essential oils. So you can use it like a normal diffuser or download the companion app to control features from your smartphone, such as mist intensity or setting a timer. And guess what? It's Alexa and Google Home compatible to control simply by using your voice. And the oils that are included are lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint. And normally, all of this is $189, but we've got it for $39, saving up to 79%.
I so badly want to go, Alexa, spray some lavender. That's so cool.
It's really cool, isn't it? Beautiful.
And good price. Yeah, I like it. It's stylish.
And Kate, Tori, if you're like me and you love a cup of coffee in the morning, well, this 2-pack Stojo 16-ounce collapsible travel cup with a straw is great for people on the go. So known as the Grande in certain coffee establishments, the 16 ounce is a perfect serving size. And guess what? Dishwasher safe.
No way.
So you can enjoy your favorite hot or cold beverage anywhere, anytime. And when you finish, you can just collapse the cup, literally like this, look, and store it. Takes up no space. So this is perfect. It's available in a variety of colors and even comes with a straw for splash-proof sipping if you're messy like me. And normally it's as much as $40, but now we've got 2 for $20, saving 50%.
You guys, the straw is everything. With the straw, collapsible, you've invented my new favorite product.
This is really, really handy.
Amazing.
Handy. Last, we've got something that will help you cleanse your face in the comfort of your very own home. It's the Spa Life Extracting Pore Cleanser and 6-piece mask set. I love it. This device does all the dirty work for you by drawing built-up impurities from within the skin, and it comes with 4 interchangeable suction heads to choose from for the precise extraction. I love it. The set also includes hibiscus or cappuccino masks, and the cappuccino masks help reduce inflammation and puffiness,
Nice.
while the hibiscus mask helps soothe, tone, and hydrate the skin's surface, leaving your skin happier all around. So normally these are as much as $76, but we've got the whole thing for $19, to 75%.
Mask me up 3 of those. No, that's brilliant. And also something to do on a Sunday night since we're not going anywhere.
Love it.
Turn on a movie and mask up your face with the hibiscus. I love it. Then say, Alexa, spray some lavender, and you got everything going.
I know.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at seriously the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. It's so easy. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This February, DBL is all new every day. Like, it is such a joke. No, hold on. I was shocked.
I don't know what you're saying. Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
You can find a great movie. I always tell the missus, let's do a little Netflixing and chilling, Hulu and chilling. We're doing a one-sheet wonder. Now, the cool thing with those one-sheet pan wonders, you cook everything all on one pan, covered in foil just like I did, and guess what? Less mess, because you know, hey, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and you don't want to be bogged down in the kitchen anyway.
DBL, your favorite nighttime soap stars of the 80s. Where are they now? Charlene Tilton and Patrick Duffy from Dallas.
Sue Ellen guzzling down her booze, or, little Lucy sleeping with everybody but the family tractor.
And Knots Landing stars Michelle Lee and Joan Van Ark. Behind the scenes secrets from the sexiest soaps of the 80s. All next week only on DBL.
Oh my gosh, you cannot miss any of those interviews. I mean, come on, all of our soap stars that we grew up with.
I'm ready.
DBL's new every day. We will see you tomorrow.
I like my soaps. They remind me of my grandmother.
On Daily Blast Live.
Shocking new video from the Capitol riot. Does the footage prove Trump incited the extremist behavior, or did they act on their own? Tom Brady looking 3 sheets to the wind during a rowdy Super Bowl celebration. From tipsy tweeting to tossing the Lombardi trophy. And in just a few minutes, Marie Osmond will be on our panel. She's got a lot to say, live on DBL today.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, February 11th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. All right, let's get right to it. I already see you guys all writing in. Most of you saw that dramatic new security video of the Capitol riot. They played it yesterday at the impeachment trial of former President Trump. It showed the rioters breaking into the Capitol and searching the building for lawmakers, some of them chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." For the first time, we are seeing Senator Mitt Romney, you see here, escaping down a hallway to avoid the mob. That officer running down the hallway is actually Officer Eugene Goodman, who directed Romney to turn around to get away from the rioters. The footage also shows Mike Pence being evacuated out of the Senate chamber with his wife and daughter. You can also see one of the agents exiting with what appears to be the nuclear football. Democrats hope this footage and the complete record of what happened that day will convince Republican senators to vote to convict. But a lot of Republicans are asking, what does any of this new footage have to do with whether Trump actually incited the riot that day? What would you say, Al?
I mean, we kind of saw this in 2016. Don't forget when he was running against Hillary. Now, obviously, he won, but he said, if I lose, this is rigged. He's been pushing this plot line forever. If I lose, this is rigged. And if you are as passionate about him as his supporters are, Jeff and Erica, and you've been hearing that for years now, what are you going to do if they try and take your election? What are you going to do if they take your country? And we see that these people didn't think that they, and I'm not making excuses, that they're vandals or murderers. They feel like the patriotic music is playing behind them, that they're going to be in the history books for what they're doing, Jeff. They feel like patriots.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unfortunately, I do, but they're extremists, right? I think that's what Republicans would say. If you're a Trump person, you're going to say these guys are extremists. There were people outside that weren't rioting, right? They weren't in there. They were. So if you spin this narrative and you show the people outside being peaceful and then ask the same question, should Trump be, what's the word?
Impeached.
Impeached,
yes.
Then, I mean,
how did you forget that word? It's in our face for
two
years.
Different narratives. But I don't think they're going to get the Republican votes, is basically my answer.
What do you think, Erica?
I think we're going to be surprised by how many Republican votes will be in favor of impeachment. I don't think it's going to be overly like the majority, but I think a lot of people had a very rude awakening that day, and when their safety was in jeopardy, their lives were in jeopardy, I think it became very clear that it was a difference between a party and a person. At the end of the day, I'm just wondering what types of gifts Officer Goodman got, because what do you give to someone who just literally saved your life?
Right. I'm getting comments.
How about an award? I'd like to see an award named after the officer.
Eugene Goodman.
Eugene
Absolutely.
Goodman, yes.
Steve says if they blame Trump for this, then who gets the blame for all the riots that have and are happening? Morgan Wallace says a 72-hour bender. Yeah, he needs to. Oh, that's sorry.
Yes, that's
a different.
I was like, that's ironic.
That's a different one. We'll get to that later in the show. That was a tease. Okay, so Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers celebrated their big Super Bowl win yesterday, and the GOAT was on a boat for a big parade in Tampa Bay, and it definitely looked like Brady was enjoying himself. At one point, you can see him throw the Lombardi trophy across the water.
Oh my
wow.
God. Every time I see
I can't.
But it was Brady. You knew it was going to get completed.
Still, thankfully, another teammate did catch it. You can hear his daughter, Vivi, yelling, "Dad, no!" Video from later in the day shows Brady making his way back to land, looking a little rough, but still standing with a little help from a friend. Brady commented on the video, tweeting, "Nothing to see here, just a little avocado tequila." Okay. Wow.
Dude, he got a TUI. You never tweet under influence. You never do that.
Yeah.
That's rule number one.
Did you really just say a TUI?
Well, usually it's texting. It's a TUI.
Texting is more.
Texting is the one I live by, but tweeting.
Jeff and Erica, I have the 3 levels of drunk that I figured out.
Oh, I can't wait.
Number 3 is daytime music festival drunk, where you get dehydrated.
Yes.
2 is open bar wedding drunk. And number 1 is open bar on a boat.
Ooh.
Because daytime,
that's a good one.
sun, and the rocking of the boat, no man or woman.
Swim a bar isn't on that list?
No, because you can kind of Usually your room is closed and you're not moving. The rocking of the boat.
Have you ever seen someone get out of the pool after being at a swim-up bar?
No.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go to them.
Yeah, they don't get out of the pool.
For hours. You wonder how that works.
Exactly.
Same with water parks. Everybody jumped on me when I said I don't want to get in a public bath.
What? There's chlorine to kill that off.
It's gross. I'm not.
There's chlorine. Please
to end this, a public bath.
There isn't enough chlorine in the world to combat
you,
that.
Erica Cobb.
You know, I know you don't drink anymore, Alan. I'm very proud of you, but you know that you've gone to some swim-up bars. Let's not pretend you haven't.
I'm not a swim-up bar. I like a sad old dive bar. I do. Where somebody just reading the paper.
I don't buy it at all. Coming up next for the first time on DBL, we have Marie Osmond. You guys live here from her relationship with Donnie today to the ups and downs of weight loss. Marie is opening up and talking all about it here on DBL. Later, just in time for Valentine's Day, sex therapist, look who it is. Dr. Tiff Henry with tips to keep things spicy after 50, and Morgan Wallen's 5-minute apology video. See, I foreshadowed this for you all. Why he's asking his biggest fans not to defend him after using a racial slur.
This is a Smile Direct Club.
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify, if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. But disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day. No, hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. It is a very special day here because joining us live is a showbiz legend. She's a singer, actress, philanthropist, and so much more. Please welcome Marie Osmond to DBL. There she is.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, Marie. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm a huge fan. We're all huge fans. Before we get started, I just had to jump right in and ask, what have you and your family been up to this past crazy year? What have you guys been doing?
Well, are you speaking family like the one I came from or the one I have? Because they're both kind of crazy.
You're right. I'm going to say the one you have right now. The one you have right now.
Well, you know, the pandemic shut everything down, but I think it's been a really wonderful time to sit and think about the things that are really important in life and what really truly matters. I have been able to work at home. I've been able to record. I'm working on an album right now. Getting ready to do a big symphonic tour, but mostly spending time with my grandkids, which has just been a piece of heaven for me.
grandkid. I'm like,
I know, right?
It's my turn to talk. I was like, grandkid. I didn't know if you misspoke. So, yeah, I mean, you are glowing. You look wonderful.
Al, right?
I am.
Are you Al?
Yes.
You're so cute, Al.
He's your favorite, huh?
Thank you so much.
And Sam, I just want to say I feel your pain being outnumbered.
Oh, honey, yes, you do.
She
Let me
handles
tell
those
you.
boys just fine.
Yeah, I learned from you. I take a page from your book, so therefore.
And Jeff, I like you too, so there.
You are a true professional. I don't really like you, but Jeff, there you go.
Now, Marie, I'm really excited to ask you this question because I actually have a buddy of mine, Frank Kelly, and obviously we're both stand-ups, and he did a Vegas residency, and he loved it. And I know you did the same with your brother, Donnie. So speaking of him, you guys did the residency until 2019, I believe, and you wrapped that up then. Be honest with this. Are you excited that you're kind of taking a break from your big bro, or do you wish you could keep it going? Because everybody loves us.
Hey, you know what? That's a really good question. Would you want to work with your sibling every day?
No.
So we were supposed to be there for 6 weeks, and it ended up being 11 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And they said by the time we left there that we ended up doing more shows than Celine and Elvis combined.
Wow.
So it was a full-on residency. It wasn't like come and go. We were there, 5 nights a week, all the time, and it was wonderful. It was really a great stay-at-home job, but but we were going to go to 10 years, and then we decided. I don't know if you saw Spinal Tap, but we decided to go to 11 because it's one more.
Wow! I want you to come back to Vegas.
I feel like we're going to see you do one more year.
I hope
reunion.
so.
Just one more, maybe in a couple years. Let the excitement, anticipation build.
I'm there.
We're putting it in the universe.
We are there. And
I have to tell you, it's nice to be able to have the freedom. I'm getting ready. I'm doing a huge symphonic show. When you have like 60 some odd pieces behind you live, and that's what I kind of want to do. My music, I can sing opera, I can sing legit soprano, the Great American Songbook. Besides country, I am a little bit country, and but we're gonna be touring, and you can't do those things when you're locked down on a residency. So it's something that I'm looking forward to do.
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. And also 2020, despite all the chaos, right, with the pandemic, it was a big year for you. Of course, not only everything that you just named, you have all these projects, but also you stepping down from the talk. For you, what was it like just being able to let your hair down, let all of your fans see this different side of you and learn about you and your opinions? Was that difficult for you to do on a daily basis, or was it refreshing and cathartic?
You know what? I enjoyed it. With everything, there's a time to step away. I don't know that it was so much opinions. Look, I don't get into politics. I think you alienate half your audience, as my friend Dolly says. But, it just a little different format. And I just, it was time to move on. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I've always been, Sam, very honest with my audience. And I've tried to be very open and forthright. But it's hard to get into something serious when you have literally 30 seconds to talk about it.
Isn't that the truth? Sometimes you feel trapped. We do know.
I definitely know.
But you brought up your transparency, and I just have to thank you from a mother that went through postpartum depression. It was your transparency that really did save so many women's lives after you, and I just want to personally thank you for that. You're incredible. Your transparency saves lives.
No, you know what? I think that I didn't have a sister. I think we all go through this thing called life. And God doesn't care who we are. He cares what we are and how we give back. And so, it's one of those things that nobody was writing about it. And my mother literally saved my life by telling me she had it. Mm-hmm. And I thought, why are we keeping this such a big secret? If women are going through this, we need to talk about it. So you're sweet.
That's why we love you. We really do. And guess what, Marie? We're not done with you yet.
She actually loves me.
Oh, dear.
No, she loves me more.
She said it on TV. We are going to play the tape back. Play the tape back.
We have
sounds like I'm at home.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be a part of this dysfunctional family.
No, she loves me more.
We have so much more to talk to you about coming up after the break, including being the longtime spokesperson for Nutrisystem, how that partnership has changed your life and helped so many others along the way. Plus, we have a little surprise for you, okay? Don't go away. More with Marie after the break.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
Welcome back to DBL. I hope you stuck around because the one and only Marie Osmond did too. Marie, thank you for joining us. And despite all of our dysfunctional family vibes over here, I'm glad that you stuck around.
Hey, all I know is that after these intros, I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, you should.
Well, we're not done with you yet. You have many, well, you have many feathers in your cap, a lot of accomplishments in your career, well deserved, but you're also famous for being the Nutrisystem spokeswoman. Do you ever feel any sort of pressure to keep up appearances as the face of Nutrisystem? I mean, you are inspiring so many people to live their best lives. Is that pressure on you?
You know, a lot of people said, how long have you been doing this? It's 14 years now.
Wow.
And people say, why do you keep doing it? And I said, because, you know, I'm one of the founders of Children's Miracle Network, which is the big, you know, we help kids. We help about 11 million children every year, and we've raised about $7 billion for kids. All 100% of it goes to the kids. Very unique. I love helping people, and to me, Nutrisystem changed my life. And it's not a diet. I was just talking to my cousin about it this morning, how it's eating 6 times a day, and it retrains your brain to think, oh no, she's not starving me to death, which was totally, you know, the modus operandum growing up. But it's literally helped millions and millions and millions of people become healthy over this last 14 years. And so I like being a part of those things, you know?
Yeah, clearly. And you mentioned your unbelievable work with children. And to your point, you've inspired so many, but one of the most amazing things you've done is helped millions of sick children get the health care that they need by co-funding exactly what you just mentioned, the Children's Miracle Network. Since 1983, I want all of our viewers to know this, you have touched the lives of more than 10 million children and their families. Plus, you have raised
that's yearly.
Wow. That's yearly. Thank you for that correction. That is yearly to our viewers, and raised more than $5 billion. So, Marie, we have wow, 7. Look at her with her producer.
Not to correct you, but
her producer cap on too. So we have a little surprise for you, Marie, with some old friends who wanted to say thank you.
Oh.
Hey, it's me, Isaiah. I just want you to know how much you impact my life and the lives of 10 million kids at Children's Miracles Network hospitals.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support for helping a kid like me.
I first met Marie back in 1996, soon after I lost my left leg to bone cancer as a child.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for co-founding CMN and for helping 10 million kids like me get the proper health care that they need.
I want to personally thank you for being my friend. cheering me on in good times and bad times.
Marie has touched both of our lives in so many ways. She has such a big heart.
I adored you and your personality and your presence, and you were just so sweet and kind. So, you know what? Thank you so much.
We are eternally grateful for all your continued love and support.
Thanks, Marie. We love you.
Thank you for believing in us and helping keep patients like myself alive to reach your dreams.
Oh my God, Marie.
So I know them all. The couple, I knew him when he was a little guy, and he had his leg amputated from cancer. And I told him, I said, we all go through terrible things in life, but it's not what we win at. It's how we lose and how we get ourselves back up. And we just had, over the years, we've had wonderful conversations. Well, he ended up being in the Olympics, Paralympian. Wow. And the woman who married him worked at one of our children's hospitals. Wow. And so, I've seen over 38 years now, I've watched these kids. Isaiah, who was born without a chin, goes through different things. He just lost one of his dear friends, and I called him, and he can't talk like we do, but he said, God made me this way, and I'm here to inspire others to keep moving forward. These kids, they inspire me. This isn't about me helping them. They help others. They're all of them, from singing, they're all amazing. Anyway, I love them.
I'm just absolutely, I see Jeff tearing up. We're all tearing up over here.
That's why I'm not talking.
The $7 billion is an amazing accomplishment. I mean, $7 billion, but to just put those few faces to what you've did is priceless, right? So you are a megastar on this planet, but more than all that showbiz stuff, Marie, you're a great person. And to me, that's such an accomplishment. So hats off to you.
You're so sweet. I had a mother who, I remember when I was doing the Donnie Marie show and had like 250 pages of script to memorize in 2.5 days. No, about 350 in 2.5 days. And we did a double tape week, which meant 700 in 2 days. And I came home late, and we had costume fittings and all the ice skating routines and everything else. Anyway, I got there and I said, Mom, I'm going to bed. We're taping in the morning. I need to look good. And she goes, you haven't done your chores. And I said, hello, I'm Marie Osmond. And she said, no, that's your job. This is reality. You do your chores. You remember that job can go away, but the life doesn't. This is life reality, and you need to help other people and give back. And I believe that's the greatest way to build self-esteem, is to serve others.
Oh, you are so humble as well, Marie Osmond. It has been yes, it's been an absolute pleasure. Before we let you go, quickly tell us about your very special projects that are in the works.
Well, I just mentioned them briefly. There's a lot of things. I actually have some movies that I'm working on right now. I'm actually producing one of them. It's something I've always wanted to do. When I went back to New York after Donnie and Marie, the first Variety, wanted to act. So I'm moving into that, the album, of course. But I know you're running out of time, so just follow me on my social media.
Still a producer. She's still got that producer hat on. We look forward to seeing all of your
those cutoffs.
All of your new projects. Thank you again, and we will be right back. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This February, DBL is all new every day.
Like, it is such a joke.
No, hold on.
I was shocked.
I don't know what you're saying. Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
You can find a great movie. I always tell the missus, let's do a little Netflixing and chilling, Hulu and chilling. We're doing a one-sheet wonder. Now, the cool thing with those one-sheet pan wonders, you cook everything all on one pan, covered in foil just like I did, and guess what? Less mess, because hey, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and you don't want to be bogged down in the kitchen anyway.
Time. Here's what's coming up on DBL. Sex and relationship therapist Dr. Tiff Henry. She joins the panel live. You do not want to miss her relationship tips.
is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2,
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica's joining us from home. Okay, so disgraced country star Morgan Wallen, I teased you about this story earlier in the show, has released a 5-minute apology on Instagram. Earlier this month, Morgan came under fire after TMZ posted a video of him using a racial slur. He was suspended by his label, dropped by his agency, and country music stations pulled his songs. Now, in the video, Morgan says he's had time to reflect on his actions, which he said were the result of being on a 72-hour bender. Now, 9 days sober, he said he's met with some black organizations to help him learn. Watch.
And I know what I'm going through this week doesn't even compare to some of the trials I heard about from them. I came away from those discussions with a deep appreciation for them and a clearer understanding of the weight of my words. And lastly, I have one favor to ask. I appreciate those who still see something in me and have defended me. But for today, please don't. I was wrong. It's on me. Take ownership for this, and I fully accept any penalties I'm facing.
So Morgan isn't alone. Armie Hammer was dropped out of a movie and was canned by his agency over allegations about his sexual activity and drug use. Shia LaBeouf was suspended by his agency after his ex-girlfriend accused him of being abusive. So the question is, we got to hear from you, DBL Nation. When should Hollywood drop a star who's become too toxic? What did you make of Morgan Wallace's second apology, so to speak?
I thought it was as authentic as it could be. He seems like a young guy. When I hear guys saying stuff like that, and I'm not giving him a pass, trust me, my first thought is like, who are you repeating? Which uncle did you grow up hearing say that and hearing you say those words? Now, he knew that they were wrong. And unlike Shia LaBeouf, whose career is kind of on the downturn, I did not notice when we first covered the story how famous he was. His last song had 102 million views on it. He was a famous young guy. And for his record label to drop him and for him to suffer what he suffered, which he deserved to suffer, I hope that this was a wake-up call for him. And I always want to say, even when it's somebody using a slur against me, I want to give somebody an entrance path back to society, because I feel like that's where they're least dangerous and can actually become an advocate. Whether it happens or not, we'll never know.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. This is a long conversation that we need to figure out. The answer we don't know yet. How long does he have to not be in the business that he's in right now? How long till another agency picks him up? I know he's temporarily suspended from his, but if they drop him, what's his road back, Al? If everyone in today's society is like, we need to cancel them, well, he's 26, 27, I don't know, 27 years old. Where's his way back? If he can't make it in Hollywood, if he goes to UPS, is UPS now under fire because they hired this guy who needed a job but used a slur word? How long are they supposed to stay in purgatory? And is it better that someone learned from this? I've learned everything from my failures in life, right? Mm-hmm. So I think this is a perfect opportunity. Like you said, he's not around people like this. If he's using that word and no one's correcting him, he needs correcting. And this is his chance to correct it. Should there be a penalty? Absolutely. Whether it be a year or whatever, but is there a road? And maybe this is where Erica could take over.
Our comeback
is there
queen,
a road back
right,
for redemption, Erica? Is there a comeback for him in the future, not now?
I don't know. I think the answer is where is it okay to cancel someone? It used to be if that person was a cash cow, if the money made you look the other direction, that industries and companies would continue to support this person. Now people are looking at the overall liability because people who are rightfully offended and feel like this was a direct violation of their rights and demeaned and oppressed them, are utilizing this thing called the dollar. And money talks. And if you are associated, any company, with someone who outright uses racial slurs, then people can go on social media and talk about it and also decide not to support you. So until people either lose energy or there comes a full circle moment where he's redeemed himself in a way that people feel like they can support him, then there may not be a comeback in this arena. But also consider all the people who are equally, if not more talented equally, if not more, deserving of an opportunity who haven't had one. So I think when you are given an opportunity like this, you have to look at it for what it is, a privilege.
It is a privilege, that's for sure. We are learning more about how the new Sex and the City reboot will handle Samantha's absence. So as we know, Kim Cattrall is not returning after her very public falling out with star Sarah Jessica Parker. Now an executive at HBO says art will imitate life in a way. She said the group is just no longer friends with her. She added, just as in real life, people come and people leave. The friends you have in your 30s, you may not have in your 50s. That's real. That's so real.
This is one of the most real television storylines that I've ever seen. No one has ever really talked about this. Some people you just don't talk to anymore. You don't have beef with them. You don't wish them ill will. You didn't fall out. You didn't have an incident. They didn't hit on your wife. You just don't talk to them anymore.
Right.
You hope they're great.
You evolve. You grow. You grow.
Rather than them making up some plot line like she's in a submarine and she's good, like, stop. Just don't talk to each other. I love this.
It's true. I mean, you should learn from your past, right? Who you are in high school, you shouldn't be in your 20s or 30s. I don't know, at least for me, I can only speak for myself. I've grown so much since I was, you know, in high school, in college, in my 20s, in my 30s. I'm a different person, right? And I think that's okay, and I don't think society thinks that's okay. Your friends from high school don't think that's okay, but this is a great storyline that everyone can relate to.
Erica, you're laughing.
I think it's a little different for women. Women are very much vilified if you're the outcast of a group, even if it was your decision.
That's a good point.
Really? What is, explain really quickly, I'm sorry.
Well, if you have a group of 4 women and you guys have all been friends for this long and none of them speak to you anymore, perhaps their lives have continued on this journey and trajectory together, where your life is just on a different journey and it's a different trajectory, and then that becomes you become vilified for it. So I don't think that this conversation is just going to be, oh, she doesn't hang out with us anymore. I think there's going to be like underlying things to it.
Ooh, we will have to wait and see. And by the way, are you wearing 2 watches right now?
I am.
He's wearing a watch on
I got to get my calories from my Apple Watch.
Oh, okay.
And then I got the Lexi.
All right.
Yeah.
Coming up after the break, sex and relationship therapist Dr. Tiff Henry. There she is. She's got advice for all you lovebirds trying to put the romance back into your relationship. Do not go away.
It's Black History Month, and DBL is recognizing Black leaders who are making history right now. We salute retired United States Army 4-star General Lloyd Austin, who recently became the first Black United States Secretary of Defense. He's also the first Black general to command an Army division in combat and served as the commanding general of U.S. forces in Iraq. Closed captioning.
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify: if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. But disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day. No, hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay.
Like, it is such a joke.
I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on.
I don't know what you're saying.
DBL DBL's just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. DBL. Inside the secret life of a Hollywood sex addict. One actress's emotional journey of redemption.
Sex and love addiction is the deadliest disease.
And Chef Gernard is back with a Valentine's Day recipe sure to satisfy your sweetie.
Hey, can I cook you dinner? I didn't have much money, but my pickup line was I knew how to cook.
I think that might work on me.
We hope you save room for dessert. That's tomorrow on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. When it comes to love, not all relationships are created equal, especially in the later years. Joining us is a dear friend, Dr. Tiffany Henry, sex and relationship expert, to shed some light on what to know about love over the age of 50. Dr. Tiff, so good to see you.
Hey. Good to see you all, too. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we want to learn from you. So here's the thing, because we've gotten a lot of our viewers writing in, okay? And hopefully they can learn something from you, feel motivated by you. Let's say, Dr. Tiff, that you are divorced. Kids are out of the house and you're starting over. Where does somebody start?
Well, I think that dating apps are a pretty good idea. I don't think that they're a bad idea, but for folks that are a little bit older, over 50, dating has changed so much since maybe they were last single. So dating apps for a lot of folks are very new, but there are some really interesting ones out there. Now, we know about the Tried, the Trusted, the True, the eHarmonies, the Match, the OkCupid, but there are some really cool ones out there that are really targeting folks that are over 50. So things like single parent meet, so someone who is a single parent out there looking to mingle. I think that's really cool because there is something to be said about the struggle of single parenthood that folks that aren't single parents just don't understand. So Coffee Meets Bagel is another one, and they take a lot of the overwhelm out of online dating. They curate a list for you and really help you with like icebreakers and things like that to make dating a lot more simplified. And then, of course, Bumble. I really like apps where they allow the women to choose and to contact and connect as opposed to the other way around. So,
all right, Dr. Tiff. Can I call you Dr. Tiff? I feel like I friend jumped our relationship a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're talking about some heavy stuff, so let's go.
I appreciate it. We'll keep it casual. Dr. Tiff, what is something that you could do on your profile to stand out? Because everyone wants to stand out a little bit. But more importantly, I think, what should you avoid?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, that is a great question. So you really want to paint a picture of a layered, intriguing person, someone that you yourself would want to meet. And so rather than just listing your likes and dislikes, right, that's old news. Nobody wants to hear that. Tell me about what you're passionate about. Tell me what brings you joy, what fulfills your life. So I want to be with someone and connect with someone who is motivated, who is intriguing, and who is into a lot of different things, and not just telling me, well, I like this and I don't like that. And I hope, we need to really like pull back the layers of every human being and just start to say, okay, what would make someone really want to like sit next to you on the couch and Netflix and chill? The other thing is really not to lie. Don't lie. Don't stretch the truth. Do not lie. Whatever you say in your profile, you actually have to remember. And the thing that is easiest to remember is the truth. Right. So make sure that you're not lying. And then as soon as possible, try not to spend too much time on the app. Once you're comfortable, move off the app. The best way to connect with people is to have an actual conversation. And so the sooner that we can move off the app and actually talk to each other, the sooner you can get to know them better.
That makes a lot of sense. And I've heard this too, Doc. Before I get to my question, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about this? They say let your most trusted friend of the opposite sex pick your pictures for you to put on your profile.
For sure. And not only pick your pictures, but read your profile.
Yes.
Because they will read your profile and they will read you if you are not being accurate, concise, and to the point. So definitely let them pick your pictures, but also let them go over with a fine-tooth comb that profile to make sure it's attracting what you want.
Definitely. All right. Now I get to my question. That was perfect. All right. Dr. Tiff. I'm calling you Tiff. Jeff called you Dr. Tiff.
Okay, do it.
All right. Let's be real. Just because you're past your 30s doesn't mean you're not getting frisky, Netflix and chilling. Let's be real.
30s?
Yeah, I know, right? So what should we know about getting intimate over 50?
Well, not a lot is different, but then there are some things that are very different. So you still want to know about someone's sexual preferences and their partners and things like that. But you also still want to know about risk of sexually transmitted infections. I mean, a lot of times when folks get older, it's interesting. The research shows us that like condom use decreases, and it decreases because people think, I'm not getting pregnant at this age, or I'm, my sensitivity issues, we'll say that, right, have changed, right? So, but they're not thinking about risk of sexually transmitted infection. And as you age, these individuals become a higher risk group for sexually transmitted infection. So that's something else to think about. Aches and pains, positioning, all those things, all the things that we need to talk about during the daytime but can't.
I wish we could. We need to have an evening show with Dr. Tiff. Maybe we can somehow put that in the works.
We do. It's called our Access Show.
Let's do it. Let's do it,
It's our
Sam.
Access Show.
Well, I want something with Dr. Tiff is what I'm saying. I can't with him. Tiffany, just Al can be excused. Let me just say that.
Me and you, Sam, me and you. We got it. You got this, girl.
Of course we do. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. There's clearly a lot to look forward to. DBL Nation, make sure to follow Dr. Tiff on Instagram for more expert love and relationship advice. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals.
Yes.
Earlier, Steph showed Tori some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
What do you have for us today, Steph?
Hey Tori, I'm here with some great products and deals that you're gonna love. So first up, we've got the perfect item for everyone staying in at home. It's the Tahari lightweight knee-length cable pattern robe.
Ooh.
So you can wrap yourself in luxurious comfort with this ultra comfy robe for women. So whether you just stepped out of the shower, you woke up in the morning, or you just want to stay snug and warm while you're lounging around at home, this soft robe is perfect, styled with a classic knee length, and it's got a tie belt closure and stylish cable pattern. So it's available in ivory or this gorgeous pink, my favorite. Okay, Tori, normally it's as much as $58, but we've got it for $24, up to 59%.
If I learned anything during this pandemic, it's how much I love a robe.
Oh my God.
I'm obsessed. You're lazy, but you look stylish. I'm in.
And it feels so soft.
Ooh, I love that.
Okay, next up, Tori, I've got something that's an absolute must for people who love a fresh smelling home. It's the Sierra Modern Home Wi-Fi enabled diffuser with 3 essential oils. So you can use it like a normal diffuser or download the companion app to control features from your smartphone, such as mist intensity or setting a timer. And guess what? It's Alexa and Google Home compatible to control simply by using your voice. And the oils that are included are lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint. And normally, all of this is $189, but we've got it for $39, saving up to 79%.
I so badly want to go, Alexa, spray some lavender. That's so cool.
It's really cool, isn't it? Beautiful.
And good price. Yeah, I like it. It's stylish.
And Kate, Tori, if you're like me and you love a cup of coffee in the morning, well, this 2-pack Stojo 16-ounce collapsible travel cup with a straw is great for people on the go. So known as the grande in certain coffee establishments, the 16-ounce is a perfect serving size. And guess what? Dishwashers safe. So you can enjoy your favorite hot or cold beverage anywhere, anytime. And when you finish, you can just collapse the cup, literally like this, look, and store it. It takes up no space. So this is perfect. It's available in a variety of colors and even comes with a straw for splash-proof sipping if you're messy like me. And normally it's as much as $40, but now we've got 2 for $20, saving 50%.
You guys, the straw is everything. With the straw, collapsible, you've invented my new favorite product.
This is really, really handy.
Amazing.
Handy. Last, we've got something that will help you cleanse your face in the comfort of your very own home. It's the Spa Life Extracting Pore Cleanser and 6-piece mask set. I love it. This device does all the dirty work for you by drawing built-up impurities from within the skin, and it comes with 4 interchangeable suction heads to choose from for the precise extraction. I love it. The set also includes hibiscus or cappuccino masks, and the cappuccino masks help reduce inflammation and puffiness, while the hibiscus mask helps soothe, tone, and hydrate the skin's surface, leaving your skin happier all around. So normally these are as much as $76, but we've got the whole thing for $19, to 75%.
Mask me up 3 of those. No, that's brilliant. And also something to do on a Sunday night since we're not going anywhere.
Love it.
Turn on a movie and mask up your face with the hibiscus. I love it. Then say, Alexa, spray some lavender, and you got everything going.
I know.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at seriously the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. It's so easy. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This February, DBL is all new every day. Like, it is such a joke. No, hold on. I was shocked.
I don't know what you're saying. Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
You can find a great movie. I always tell the missus, let's do a little Netflixing and chilling, Hulu and chilling. We're doing a one-sheet wonder. Now, the cool thing with those one-sheet pan wonders, you cook everything all on one pan, covered in foil just like I did, and guess what? Less mess, because you know, hey, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and you don't want to be bogged down in the kitchen anyway.
DBL, your favorite nighttime soap stars of the 80s. Where are they now? Charlene Tilton and Patrick Duffy from Dallas.
Sue Ellen guzzling down her booze, or, little Lucy sleeping with everybody but the family tractor.
And Knots Landing stars Michelle Lee and Joan Van Ark. Behind the scenes secrets from the sexiest soaps of the 80s. All next week, only on DBL.
Oh my gosh, you cannot miss any of those interviews. I mean, come on, all of our soap stars that we grew up with.
I'm ready.
DBL's new every day. We will see you tomorrow.
I like my soaps. They remind me of my grandmother.
Blast Live.
Shocking new video from the Capitol riot. Does the footage prove Trump incited the extremist behavior, or did they act on their own? Tom Brady looking 3 sheets to the wind during a rowdy Super Bowl celebration. From tipsy tweeting to tossing the Lombardi trophy. And in just a few minutes, Marie Osmond will be on our panel. She's got a lot to say, live on DBL today.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, February 11th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. All right, let's get right to it. I already see you guys all writing in. Most of you saw that dramatic new security video of the Capitol riot. They played it yesterday at the impeachment trial of former President Trump. It showed the rioters breaking into the Capitol and searching the building for lawmakers, some of them chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." For the first time, we are seeing Senator Mitt Romney, you see here, escaping down a hallway to avoid the mob. That officer running down the hallway is actually Officer Eugene Goodman, who directed Romney to turn around to get away from the rioters. The footage also shows Mike Pence being evacuated out of the Senate chamber with his wife and daughter. You can also see one of the agents exiting with what appears to be the nuclear football. Democrats hope this footage and the complete record of what happened that day will convince Republican senators to vote to convict. But a lot of Republicans are asking, what does any of this new footage have to do with whether Trump actually incited the riot that day? What would you say, Al?
I mean, we kind of saw this in 2016. Don't forget when he was running against Hillary. Now, obviously, he won, but he said, if I lose, this is rigged. He's been pushing this plot line forever. If I lose, this is rigged. And if you are as passionate about him as his supporters are, Jeff and Erica, and you've been hearing that for years now, what are you going to do if they try and take your election? What are you going to do if they take your country? And we see that these people didn't think that they, and I'm not making excuses, that they're vandals or murderers. They feel like the patriotic music is playing behind them, that they're going to be in the history books for what they're doing, Jeff. They feel like patriots.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unfortunately, I do, but they're extremists, right? I think that's what Republicans would say. If you're a Trump person, you're going to say these guys are extremists. There were people outside that weren't rioting, right? They weren't in there. They were. So if you spin this narrative and you show the people outside being peaceful and then ask the same question, should Trump be, what's the word?
Impeached.
Impeached,
yes.
Then, I mean,
how did you forget that word? It's in our face for years.
Two different narratives. But I don't think they're going to get the Republican votes, is basically my answer.
What do you think, Erica?
I think we're going to be surprised by how many Republican votes will be in favor of impeachment. I don't think it's going to be overly like the majority, but I think a lot of people had a very rude awakening that day, and when their safety was in jeopardy, their lives were in jeopardy, I think it became very clear that it was a difference between a party and a person. At the end of the day, I'm just wondering what types of gifts Officer Goodman got, because what do you give to someone who just literally saved your life?
Right. I'm getting comments.
How about an award? I'd like to see an award named after the officer.
Eugene Goodman. Absolutely.
Goodman, yes.
Steve says if they blame Trump for this, then who gets the blame for all the riots that have and are happening? Morgan Wallace says a 72-hour bender. Yeah, he needs to. Oh, that's sorry.
Yes, that's
a different.
I was like, that's ironic.
That's a different one. We'll get to that later in the show. That was a tease. Okay, so Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers celebrated their big Super Bowl win yesterday, and the GOAT was on a boat for a big parade in Tampa Bay, and it definitely looked like Brady was enjoying himself. At one point, you can see him throw the Lombardi trophy across the water.
Oh my
wow.
God. Every time I see
I can't.
But it was Brady. You knew it was going to get completed.
Still, thankfully, another teammate did catch it. You can hear his daughter, Vivi, yelling, "Dad, no!" Video from later in the day shows Brady making his way back to land, looking a little rough, but still standing with a little help from a friend. Brady commented on the video, tweeting, "Nothing to see here, just a little avocado tequila." Okay. Wow.
Dude, you'd never he got a TUI. You never tweet under the influence. You never do that.
Yeah.
That's rule
Did you
number
really
one.
just say a TUI?
Well, usually
like
it's texting. It's a TUI.
Texting is more.
Texting is the one I live by, but tweeting.
Jeff and Erica, I have the 3 levels of drunk that I figured out.
Oh, I can't wait.
Number 3 is daytime music festival drunk where you get dehydrated.
Yes.
2 is open bar wedding drunk. And number 1 is open bar on a boat.
Ooh.
Because daytime
That's a good one.
sun and the rocking of the boat, no man or woman.
Swim up bar isn't on that list?
No, because you can kind of go. Usually your room is closed and you're not moving. The rocking of the boat.
Have you ever seen someone get out of the pool after being at a swim up bar?
No.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go to them.
Yeah, they don't get out of the pool.
For hours. You wonder how that works.
Exactly.
Same with water parks. Everybody jumped on me when I said I don't want to get in a public bath.
Why? There's chlorine to kill
It's
that all.
gross. I'm not.
There's chlorine.
No.
Please
To end this, a public bath.
There isn't enough chlorine in the world to combat
you,
that.
Oh,
Erica
come on.
Cobb.
You know, I know you don't drink anymore, Alan. I'm very proud of you, but you know that you've gone to some swim-up bars. Let's not pretend you haven't.
I'm not a swim-up bar. I like a sad old dive bar. I do. Where somebody just reading the paper.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Coming up next for the first time on DBL, we have Marie Osmond.
Yes.
You guys live here from her relationship with Donnie today to the ups and downs of weight loss. Marie is opening up and talking all about it here on DBL. Later, just in time for Valentine's Day, sex therapist, look who it is, Dr. Tiff Henry, with tips to keep things spicy after 50, and Morgan Wallen's 5-minute apology video. See, I foreshadowed this for you all. Why he's asking his biggest fans not to defend him after using a racial slur.
This is a Smile Direct Club aligner.
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify: if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. But disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day. No, hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay.
Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
It is a very special day here because joining us live is a showbiz legend. She's a singer, actress, philanthropist, and so much more. Please welcome Marie Osmond to DBL. There she is.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, Marie. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm a huge fan. We're all huge fans. Before we get started, I just had to jump right in and ask, what have you and your family been up to this past crazy year? What have you guys been doing?
Well, are you speaking family like the one I came from or the one I have? Because they're both kind of crazy.
You're right. I'm going to say the one you have right now. The one you have right now.
Well, the pandemic shut everything down, but I think it's been a really wonderful time to sit and think about the things that are really important in life and what really truly matters. I have been able to work at home. I've been able to record. I'm working on an album right now. Getting ready to do a big symphonic tour, but mostly spending time with my grandkids, which has just been a piece of heaven for me.
Grandkid. I'm like, it's my turn to talk. I was like, grandkid. I didn't know if you misspoke. So, yeah, I mean, you are glowing. You look wonderful.
Al, right?
I am.
Are you Al?
Yes.
You're so cute, Al.
He's your favorite, huh?
Thank you so much.
And Sam, I just want to say I feel your pain being outnumbered.
Oh, honey. Yes, you do.
She
Let
handles
me tell
that
you.
voice just fine.
Yeah, I learned from you. I take a page from your book, so therefore.
And Jeff, I like you too, so there.
You are a true professional.
Yes,
I don't really like you, but Jeff, there you go.
Now, Marie, I'm really excited to ask you this question because I actually have a buddy of mine, Frank Kelly, and obviously we're both stand-ups, and he did a Vegas residency, and he loved it. And I know you did the same with your brother, Donnie. So speaking of him, you guys did the residency until 2019, I believe, and you wrapped that up then. Be honest with this. Are you excited that you're kind of taking a break from your big bro, or do you wish you could keep it going? Because everybody loves us.
Hey, you know what? That's a really good question. Would you want to work with your sibling every day?
No.
So we were supposed to be there for 6 weeks, and it ended up being 11 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And they said by the time we left there that we ended up doing more shows than Celine and Elvis combined.
Wow.
So it was a full-on residency. It wasn't like come and go. We were there, 5 nights a week, all the time, and it was wonderful. It was really a great stay-at-home job, but but we were going to go to 10 years, and then we decided. I don't know if you saw Spinal Tap, but we decided to go to 11 because it's one more.
Wow! I want you to come back to Vegas.
I feel like we're going to see you do one more year reunion.
So.
Just one more, maybe in a couple years. Let the excitement, anticipation build.
I'm there.
We're putting it in the universe.
We are there. And
I have to tell you, it's nice to be able to have the freedom. I'm getting ready. I'm doing a huge symphonic show. When you have like 60 some odd pieces behind you live, and that's what I kind of want to do. My music, I can sing opera, I can sing legit soprano, the Great American Songbook. Besides country, I am a little bit country, and but we're gonna be touring, and you can't do those things when you're locked down on a residency. So it's something that I'm looking forward to do.
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. And also 2020, despite all the chaos, right, with the pandemic, it was a big year for you. Of course, not only everything that you just named, you have all these projects, but also you stepping down from the talk. For you, what was it like just being able to let your hair down, let all of your fans see this different side of you and learn about you and your opinions? Was that difficult for you to do on a daily basis, or was it refreshing and cathartic?
You know what? I enjoyed it. With everything, there's a time to step away. I don't know that it was so much opinions. Look, I don't get into politics. I think you alienate half your audience, as my friend Dolly says. But, it just a little different format. And I just, it was time to move on. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I've always been, Sam, very honest with my audience. And I've tried to be very open and forthright. But it's hard to get into something serious when you have literally 30 seconds to talk about it.
Isn't that the truth? Sometimes you feel trapped. We do know.
I definitely know.
But you brought up your transparency, and I just have to thank you from a mother that went through postpartum depression. It was your transparency that really did save so many women's lives after you, and I just want to personally thank you for that. You're incredible. Your transparency saves lives.
No, you know what? I think that I didn't have a sister. I think we all go through this thing called life. And God doesn't care who we are. He cares what we are and how we give back. And so, it's one of those things that nobody was writing about it. And my mother literally saved my life by telling me she had it. Mm-hmm. And I thought, why are we keeping this such a big secret? If women are going through this, we need to talk about it. So You're sweet.
That's why we love you. We really do. And guess what, Marie? We're not done with you yet.
She actually loves
me.
Oh, dear.
No, she loves me more.
She said it on TV. We are going to play the tape back. Play the tape back.
We have
That sounds like I'm at home.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be a part of this dysfunctional family.
No, she loves me more.
We have so much more to talk to you about coming up after the break, including being the longtime spokesperson for Nutrisystem, how that partnership has changed your life and helped so many others along the way. Plus, we have a little surprise for you, okay? Don't go away. More with Marie after the break.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control, 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 control.
Welcome back to DBL. I hope you stuck around because the one and only Marie Osmond did too. Marie, thank you for joining us. And despite all of our dysfunctional family vibes over here, I'm glad that you stuck around.
Hey, all I know is that after these intros, I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, you should.
Well, we're not done with you yet. You have many, well, you have many feathers in your cap, a lot of accomplishments in your career, well deserved, but you're also famous for being the Nutrisystem spokeswoman. Do you ever feel any sort of pressure to keep up appearances as the face of Nutrisystem? I mean, you are inspiring so many people to live their best lives. Is that pressure on you?
You know, a lot of people said, how long have you been doing this? It's 14 years now.
Wow.
And people say, why do you keep doing it? And I said, because, you know, I'm one of the founders of Children's Miracle Network, which is the big, you know, we help kids. We help about 11 million children every year, and we've raised about $7 billion for kids. All 100% of it goes to the kids. Very unique. I love helping people, and to me, Nutrisystem changed my life. And it's not a diet. I was just talking to my cousin about it this morning, how it's eating 6 times a day, and it retrains your brain to think, oh no, she's not starving me to death, which was totally, you know, the modus operandi growing up. But it's literally helped millions and millions and millions of people become healthy over this last 14 years. And so I like being a part of those things, you know?
Yeah, clearly. And you mentioned your unbelievable work with children. And to your point, you've inspired so many, but one of the most amazing things you've done is helped millions of sick children get the health care that they need by co-funding exactly what you just mentioned, the Children's Miracle Network. Since 1983, I want all of our viewers to know this, you have touched the lives of more than 10 million children and their families. Plus, you have raised
that's yearly.
Wow. That's yearly. Thank you for that correction. That is yearly to our viewers, and raised more than $5 billion. So, Marie, we Wow, 7. Look at her with her producer.
Not to correct you, but
her producer cap on too. So we have a little surprise for you, Marie, with some old friends who wanted to say thank you.
Oh.
Hey, it's me, Isaiah. I just want you to know how much you impact my life and the lives of 10 million kids of Children's Miracles Network hospitals.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support for helping kids like me.
I first met Marie back in 1996, soon after I lost my left leg to bone cancer as a child.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for co-founding CMN and for helping 10 million kids like me get the proper health care that they need.
I want to personally thank you for being my friend, cheering me on in good times and bad times.
Marie has touched both of our lives in so many ways. She has such a big heart.
I adored you and your personality and your presence, and you were just so sweet and kind. So, you know what? Thank you so much.
And we are eternally grateful for all your continued love and support.
Thanks, Marie. We love you.
Thank you for believing in us and helping keep patients like myself alive to reach our dreams.
Oh my God, Marie.
So I know them all. The couple, I knew him when he was a little guy, and he had his leg amputated from cancer. And I told him, I said, we all go through terrible things in life, but it's not what we win at. It's how we lose and how we get ourselves back up. And we just had, over the years, we've had wonderful conversations. Well, he ended up being in the Olympics, Paralympian. Wow. And the woman who married him worked at one of our children's hospitals.
Wow.
And so, I've seen over 38 years now, I've watched these kids. Isaiah, who was born without a chin, goes through different things. He just lost one of his dear friends, and I called him, and he can't talk like we do, but he said, God made me this way, and I'm here to inspire others to keep moving forward. These kids, they inspire me. This isn't about me helping them. They help others. They're all of them, from singing, they're all amazing. Anyway, I love them.
I'm just absolutely, I see Jeff tearing up. We're all tearing up over here.
That's why I'm not talking, because
the $7 billion is an amazing accomplishment. $7 billion, but to just put those few faces to what you've did is priceless, right? So you are a megastar on this planet, but more than all that showbiz stuff, Marie, you're a great person. And to me, that's such an accomplishment. So hats off to you.
You're so sweet. I had a mother who, I remember when I was doing the Donnie Marie show and had like 250 pages of script to memorize in 2.5 days. No, about 350 in 2.5 days. And we did a double tape week, which meant 700 in 2 days. And I came home late, and we had costume fittings and all the ice skating routines and everything else. Anyway, I got there and I said, Mom, I'm going to bed. We're taping in the morning. I need to look good. And she goes, you haven't done your chores. And I said, hello, I'm Marie Osmond. And she said, no, that's your job. This is reality. You do your chores. You remember that job can go away, but the life doesn't. This is life reality, and you need to help other people and give back. And I believe that's the greatest way to build self-esteem, is to serve others.
Oh, you are so humble as well, Marie Osmond. It has been it's been an absolute pleasure. Before we let you go, quickly tell us about your very special projects that are in the works.
Well, I just mentioned them briefly. There's a lot of things. I actually have some movies that I'm working on right now. I'm actually producing one of them. It's something I've always wanted to do. When I went back to New York after Donnie and Marie, the first Variety, wanted to act. So I'm moving into that, the album, of course. But I know you're running out of time, so just follow me on my social media.
She's still a producer. She's still got that producer hat on. We look forward to seeing all of your
those cutoffs.
All of your new projects. Thank you again, and we will be right back. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This February, DBL is all new every day.
Like, it is such a joke.
No, hold on.
I was shocked.
I don't know what you're saying. Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
You can find a great movie. I always tell the missus, let's do a little Netflixing and chilling, Hulu and chilling. We're doing a one-sheet wonder. Now, the cool thing with those one-sheet pan wonders, you cook everything all on one pan, covered in foil just like I did, and guess what? Less mess, because you know, hey, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and you don't want to be bogged down in the kitchen anyway.
Time. Here's what's coming up on DBL. Sex and relationship therapist Dr. Tiff Henry. She joins the panel live. You do not want to miss her relationship tips.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica's joining us from home. Okay, so disgraced country star Morgan Wallen, I teased you about this story earlier in the show, has released a 5-minute apology on Instagram. Earlier this month, Morgan came under fire after TMZ posted a video of him using a racial slur. He was suspended by his label, dropped by his agency, and country music stations pulled his songs. Now, in the video, Morgan says he's had time to reflect on his actions, which he said were the result of being on a 72-hour bender. Now, 9 days sober, he said he's met with some black organizations to help him learn. Watch.
And I know what I'm going through this week doesn't even compare to some of the trials I heard about from them. I came away from those discussions with a deep appreciation for them and a clearer understanding of the weight of my words. And lastly, I have one favor to ask. I appreciate those who still see something in me and have defended me. But for today, please don't. I was wrong. It's on me. Take ownership for this, and I fully accept any penalties I'm facing.
So Morgan isn't alone. Armie Hammer was dropped out of a movie and was canned by his agency over allegations about his sexual activity and drug use. Shia LaBeouf was suspended by his agency after his ex-girlfriend accused him of being abusive. So the question is, we got to hear from you, DBL Nation. When should Hollywood drop a star who's become too toxic? What did you make of Morgan Wallace's second apology, so to speak?
I thought it was as authentic as it could be. He seems like a young guy. When I hear guys saying stuff like that, and I'm not giving him a pass, trust me, my first thought is like, who are you repeating? Which uncle did you grow up hearing say that and hearing you say those words? Now, he knew that they were wrong. And unlike Shia LaBeouf, whose career is kind of on the downturn, I did not notice when we first covered the story how famous he was. His last song had 102 million views on it. He was a famous young guy. And for his record label to drop him and for him to suffer what he suffered, which he deserved to suffer, I hope that this was a wake-up call for him. And I always want to say, even when it's somebody using a slur against me, I want to give somebody an entrance path back to society, because I feel like that's where they're least dangerous and can actually become an advocate. Whether it happens or not, we'll never know.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. This is a long conversation that we need to figure out. The answer we don't know yet. How long does he have to not be in the business that he's in right now? How long till another agency picks him up? I know he's temporarily suspended from his, but if they drop him, what's his road back, Al? If everyone in today's society is like, we need to cancel them, well, he's 26, 27, I don't know, 27 years old. Where's his way back? If he can't make it in Hollywood, if he goes to UPS, is UPS now under fire because they hired this guy who needed a job but used a slur word? How long are they supposed to stay in purgatory? And is it better that someone learned from this? I've learned everything from my failures in life, right? So I think this is a perfect opportunity. Like you said, he's not around people like this. If he's using that word and no one's correcting him, he needs correcting. And this is his chance to correct it. Should there be a penalty? Absolutely. Whether it be a year or whatever, but is there a road? And maybe this is where Erica could take over.
Our comeback
is there
queen,
a road back
right,
for redemption, Erica? Is there a comeback for him in the future, not now?
I don't know. I think the answer is where is it okay to cancel someone? It used to be if that person was a cash cow, if the money made you look the other direction, that industries and companies would continue to support this person. Now people are looking at the overall liability because people who are are rightfully offended and feel like this was a direct violation of their rights and demeaned and oppressed them, are utilizing this thing called the dollar. And money talks. And if you are associated, any company, with someone who outright uses racial slurs, then people can go on social media and talk about it and also decide not to support you. So until people either lose energy or there comes a full circle moment where he's redeemed himself in a way that people feel like they can support him, then there may not be a comeback in this arena. But also consider all the people who are equally, if not more talented, equally, if not more deserving of an opportunity, who haven't had one. So I think when you are given an opportunity like this, you have to look at it for what it is, a privilege.
It is a privilege, that's for sure. We are learning more about how the new Sex and the City reboot will handle Samantha's absence. So as we know, Kim Cattrall is not returning after her very public falling out with star Sarah Jessica Parker. Now an executive at HBO says art will imitate life in a way. She said the group is just no longer friends with her. She added, just as in real life, people come and people leave. The friends you have in your 30s, you may not have in your 50s. That's real. That's
love
so
this.
real.
This is one of the most real television storylines that I've ever seen. No one has ever really talked about this. Some people you just don't talk to anymore. You don't have beef with them. You don't wish them ill will. You didn't fall out. You didn't have an incident. They didn't hit on your wife. You just don't talk to them anymore.
Right.
You hope they're great.
You evolve. You grow.
And rather than them making up some plot line like she's in a submarine and she's good, like, stop. You just don't talk to each other. I love this.
It's true. I mean, you should learn from your past, right? Who you are in high school. You shouldn't be in your 20s or 30s. I don't know. At least for me, I can only speak for myself. I've grown so much since I was, you know, in high school, in college, in my 20s, in my 30s. I'm a different person, right? And I think that's okay, and I don't think society thinks that's okay. Your friends from high school don't think that's okay, but this is a great storyline that everyone can relate to.
Erica, you're laughing.
I think it's a little different for women. Women are very much vilified if you're the outcast of a group, even if it was your decision.
That's a good point.
Really? What is, explain really quickly, I'm sorry.
Well, if you have a group of 4 women and you guys have all been friends for this long and none of them speak to you anymore, perhaps their lives have continued on this journey and trajectory together, where your life is just on a different journey and it's a different trajectory, and then that becomes you become vilified for it. So I don't think that this conversation is just going to be, oh, she doesn't hang out with us anymore. I think there's going to be like underlying things to it.
Ooh, we will have to wait and see. And by the way, are you wearing 2 watches right now?
I am.
He's wearing a watch on
I got to get my calories from my Apple Watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I got the Lexi.
All right.
Yeah.
Coming up after the break, sex and relationship therapist Dr. Tiff Henry. There she is. She's got advice for all you lovebirds trying to put the romance back into your relationship. Do not go away.
It's Black History Month, and DBL is recognizing Black leaders who are making history right now. We salute retired United States Army 4-star General Lloyd Austin, who recently became the first Black United States Secretary of Defense. He's also the first Black general to command an Army division in combat and served as the commanding general of U.S. forces in Iraq. Closed captioning provided by
Well, it's no doubt a historic time here on Capitol Hill, and the Verify team is here to make sure we answer your questions by getting the facts. And as always, let's start by showing you where we're getting our information. The Verify team spoke with a trio of law experts: constitutional attorney Robert Peck, Mark Graber, University of Maryland law professor, and Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University. We also looked to the U.S. Constitution. Here's question 1. Let's verify: if former President Trump is convicted, can he be disqualified from running again in 2024? Let's start with the plain text of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 3 says punishment shall, quote, not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
It says the Senate may add disqualification. That's up to the Senate. but disqualification is the only thing the Senate can add.
So we can verify that yes, he can be barred from running again, but it's up to the Senate whether that punishment is included. Now to our next question. Can the Senate put the former president in jail or prison if he's convicted? Our experts say no.
You can't get a jail term, you can't get a fine, you can't get the death penalty or any other kind of penalty or punishment. Technically speaking, this isn't the criminal punishment at all.
So we can verify that yes, he can be banned from future office, but no, he cannot be sent to jail by a Senate conviction. Here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on.
I don't know what you're saying.
DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
The secret life of a Hollywood sex addict. One actress's emotional journey of redemption.
Sex and love addiction is the deadliest disease.
And Chef Jernard is back with a Valentine's Day recipe sure to satisfy your sweetie.
Hey, can I cook you dinner? I didn't have much money, but my pickup line was I knew how to cook.
I think that might work on me.
We hope you save room for dessert. That's tomorrow on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. When it comes to love, not all relationships are created equal, especially in the later years. Joining us is a dear friend, Dr. Tiffany Henry, sex and relationship expert, to shed some light on what to know about love over the age of 50. Dr. Tiff, so good to see you.
Hey. Good to see you all, too. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we want to learn from you. So here's the thing, because we've gotten a lot of our viewers writing in, okay? And hopefully they can learn something from you, feel motivated by you. Let's say, Dr. Tiff, that you are divorced. Kids are out of the house and you're starting over. Where does somebody start?
Well, I think that dating apps are a pretty good idea. I don't think that they're a bad idea, but for folks that are a little bit older, over 50, dating has changed so much since maybe they were last single. So dating apps for a lot of folks are very new, but there are some really interesting ones out there. Now, we know about the Tried, the Trusted, the True, the eHarmonies, the Match, the OkCupid, but there are some really cool ones out there that are really targeting folks that are over 50. So things like Single Parent Meet, so someone who is a single parent out there looking to mingle. I think that's really cool because there is something to be said about the struggle of single parenthood that folks that aren't single parents just don't understand. So Coffee Meets Bagel is another one, and they take a lot of the overwhelm out of online dating. They curate a list for you and really help you with like icebreakers and things like that to make dating a lot more simplified. And then, of course, Bumble. I really like apps where they allow the women to choose and to contact and connect as opposed to the other way around. So,
all right, Dr. Tiff. Can I call you Dr. Tiff? I feel like I friend jumped our relationship a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're talking about some heavy stuff, so let's go.
I appreciate it. We'll keep it casual. Dr. Tiff, what is something that you could do on your profile to stand out? Because everyone wants to stand out a little bit. But more importantly, I think, what should you avoid?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, that is a great question. So you really want to paint a picture of a layered, intriguing person, someone that you yourself would want to meet. And so rather than just listing your likes and dislikes, right, that's old news. Nobody wants to hear that. Tell me about what you're passionate about. Tell me what brings you joy, what fulfills your life. So I want to be with someone and connect with someone who is motivated, who is intriguing, and who is into a lot of different things, and not just telling me, well, I like this and I don't like that. And I hope, we need to really like pull back the layers of every human being and just start to say, okay, what would make someone really want to like sit next to you on the couch and Netflix and chill? The other thing is really not to lie. Don't lie. Don't stretch the truth. Do not lie. Whatever you say in your profile, you actually have to remember. And the thing that is easiest to remember is the truth. Right. So make sure that you're not lying. And then as soon as possible, try not to spend too much time on the app. Once you're comfortable, move off the app. The best way to connect with people is to have an actual conversation. And so the sooner that we can move off the app and actually talk to each other, the sooner you can get to know them better.
That makes a lot of sense. And I've heard this too, Doc. Before I get to my question, I want to ask you, what do you think about this? They say let your most trusted friend of the opposite sex pick your pictures for you to put on your profile.
For sure. And not only pick your pictures, but read your profile.
Yes.
Because they will read your profile and they will read you if you are not being accurate, concise, and to the point. So definitely let them pick your pictures, but also let them go over with a fine-tooth comb that profile to make sure it's attracting what you want.
Definitely. All right. Now I get to my question. That was perfect. All right. Dr. Tiff. I'm calling you Tiff. Jeff called you Dr. Tiff.
Okay, do it.
All right. Let's be real. Just because you're past your 30s doesn't mean you're not getting frisky, Netflix and chilling. Let's be real.
30s?
Yeah, I know, right? So what should we know about getting intimate over 50?
Well, not a lot is different, but then there are some things that are very different. So you still want to know about someone's sexual preferences and their partners and things like that. But you also still want to know about risk of sexually transmitted infections. I mean, a lot of times when folks get older, it's interesting. The research shows us that like condom use decreases, and it decreases because people think, I'm not getting pregnant at this age, or I'm, my sensitivity issues, we'll say that, right, have changed, right? So, but they're not thinking about risk of sexually transmitted infection. And as you age, these individuals become a higher risk group for sexually transmitted infection. So that's something else to think about. Aches and pains, positioning, all those things, all the things that we need to talk about during the daytime but can't.
I wish
Those
we
are the
could.
things that
We need to have an evening show with Dr. Tiff. Maybe we can somehow put that in the works.
We do.
Does
It's
that
called our
sound good?
access show.
Let's do it,
It's our
Sam.
access show.
Well, I want something with Dr. Tiff is what I'm saying. I can't with him. Tiffany, just Al can be excused. Let me just say
Me
that.
and you, Sam, me and you. We got it. You got this, girl.
Of course we do. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. There's clearly a lot to look forward to. DBL Nation, make sure to follow Dr. Tiff on Instagram for more expert love and relationship advice. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Nearly.
Tax season is already here. This year, experts say it's even more important to file early. Let's connect the dots. First, the earlier you file, the earlier you get that refund. For so many, it's money that's desperately needed right now. Remember, if you still didn't get that latest round of stimulus money, now is the time to get it. The IRS says you have to claim it when you file. There should be an option called Recovery Rebate Credit. Another benefit of filing early, you actually reduce the risk of fraud. Unfortunately, criminals use stolen Social Security numbers to try to steal refunds. If they beat you to filing, it's your responsibility, not the IRS, to prove the fraud. That will delay any refund from hitting your bank account. Finally, if you're someone who owes money, experts say filing early can help you budget and avoid late fees or interest. And that is connecting the dots.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals.
Yes.
Earlier, Steph showed Tori some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by morningsave.com.
What do you have for us today, Steph?
Hey Tori, I'm here with some great products and deals that you're gonna love. So first up, we've got the perfect item for everyone staying in at home. It's the Tahari lightweight knee-length cable pattern robe.
Ooh.
So you can wrap yourself in luxurious comfort with this ultra comfy robe for women. So whether you just stepped out of the shower, you woke up in the morning, or you just want to stay snug and warm while you're lounging around at home, this soft robe is perfect, styled with a classic knee length, and it's got a tie belt closure and stylish cable pattern. So it's available in ivory or this gorgeous pink, my favorite. Okay, Tori, normally it's as much as $58, but we've got it for $24, up to 59%.
If I learned anything during this pandemic, it's how much I love a robe.
Oh my goodness.
I'm obsessed. You're lazy, but you look stylish. I'm in.
And it feels so soft.
Ooh, I love
lovely.
that.
Okay, next up, Tori, I've got something that's an absolute must for people who love a fresh smelling home. It's the Sierra Modern Home Wi-Fi enabled diffuser with 3 essential oils. So you can use it like a normal diffuser or download the companion app to control features from your smartphone, such as mist intensity or setting a timer. And guess what? It's Alexa and Google Home compatible to control simply by using your voice. And the oils that are included are lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint. And normally, all of this is $189, but we've got it for $39, saving up to 79%.
I so badly want to go, Alexa, spray some lavender. That's so cool.
It's really cool, isn't it? Beautiful.
And good price. Yeah, I like it. It's stylish.
And Kate, Tori, if you're like me and you love a cup of coffee in the morning, well, this 2-pack Stojo 16-ounce collapsible travel cup with a straw is great for people on the go. So known as the Grande in certain coffee establishments, the 16 ounce is a perfect serving size. And guess what? Dishwasher safe.
No way.
So you can enjoy your favorite hot or cold beverage anywhere, anytime. And when you finish, you can just collapse the cup, literally like this, look, and store it. Takes up no space. So this is perfect. It's available in a variety of colors and even comes with a straw for splash-proof sipping if you're messy like me. And normally it's as much as $40, but now we've got 2 for $20, saving 50%.
You guys, the straw is everything. With the straw, collapsible, you've invented my new favorite product.
This is really, really handy.
Amazing.
Handy. Last, we've got something that will help you cleanse your face in the comfort of your very own home. It's the Spa Life Extracting Pore Cleanser and 6-piece mask set. I love it. This device does all the dirty work for you by drawing built-up impurities from within the skin, and it comes with 4 interchangeable suction heads to choose from for the precise extraction. I love it. The set also includes hibiscus or cappuccino masks, and the cappuccino masks help reduce inflammation and puffiness,
Nice.
while the hibiscus masks help soothe, tone, and hydrate the skin's surface, leaving your skin happier all around. So normally these are as much as $76, but we've got the whole thing for $19, to 75%.
Mask me up 3 of those. No, that's brilliant. And also something to do on a Sunday night since we're not going anywhere.
Love it.
Turn on a movie and mask up your face with the hibiscus. I love it. Then say, Alexa, spray some lavender, and you got everything going.
I know.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at seriously the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. It's so easy. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This February, DBL is all new every day.
Like, it is such a joke.
No, hold on.
I was shocked.
I don't know what you're saying. Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
You can find a great movie. I always tell the missus, let's do a little Netflixing and chilling, Hulu and chilling. We're doing a one-sheet wonder. Now, the cool thing with those one-sheet pan wonders, you cook everything all on one pan, covered in foil just like I did, and guess what? Less mess, because you know, hey, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and you don't want to be bogged down in the kitchen anyway.
DBL, your favorite nighttime soap stars of the 80s. Where are they now? Charlene Tilton and Patrick Duffy from Dallas.
Sue Ellen guzzling down her booze, or, little Lucy sleeping with everybody but the family tractor.
And Knots Landing stars Michelle Lee and Joan Van Ark. Behind the scenes secrets from the sexiest soaps of the 80s. All next week, only on DBL.
Oh my gosh, you cannot miss any of those interviews. I mean, come on, all of our soap stars that we grew up with.
I'm ready.
DBL's new every day. We will see you tomorrow.
I like my soaps. They remind me of my grandmother.
you.